All righty. It's time for a show. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. This is Monkey of the Morning. I'm your host, the Ranting Monkey. Hope you're having a good day. I've had a fine one. I've had fun today, actually. Sore as fuck. So if you hear me moaning and stuff, again, I promise not touching myself. I do that silently where you guys can't hear it. But on the internet, I've had a ball. Today, for those of you who missed it, was Inauguration Day. It's also MLK's birthday. So happy birthday, Martin Luther King Jr. But the real story is Inauguration Day. And holy shit, what a day it's been. What a day it's been. And I just got to tell you guys, I would have been here probably half an hour earlier if I hadn't got distracted by Ray Cyrus. And that is a sentence I still can't believe I just said out loud. I got distracted by Ray Cyrus. So the inauguration stuff has all gone on, and now it's to the pomp and circumstance crap that happens. And they have these balls all around DC where people go to hang out with people they know and be like, look, I'm famous too. I matter. And I forget which ball. This is the Liberty Ball. Ray Cyrus comes on. Hey, Nuts, how you doing, sweetie? And they play the video to Old Town Road that he did with whatever that weird guy's name is. And he comes out and kind of sings with it, but not really. And he looks like a homeless person. Hang on, let me bring him on the screen. We're not going to play him singing Old Town Road because they had the actual audio from that and we'll get hit for it. But he decides he's just going to talk to the audience like, look, I know you guys are tired of the music and you just want to party. And then this shit happens.
I'm on, but it ain't playing, man. I guess it's dead. You know what? Hell, just snap your fingers. That's okay, bud. That's okay. Here, just take it with you.
That is, I know it's really low, guys, but there's something going on with Republican sound today because they had the same problem with Carrie Underwood when she goes to sing America the Beautiful and she has to do it a cappella. The difference is her voice sounded good and he sounds like he's got emphysema. I don't know what the fuck was going on here. But I fucking love it. I was amazed by this. I couldn't stop watching.
You can tell the world you never was my girl. You can burn my clothes up when I'm gone. Come on, like this. Or you can tell your friend just
this is a real thing that happened at this ball.
And joke about me on the phone. There you go. You can tell my go back.
I can't watch any more of that. It was great the first time. It was one of those secondhand embarrassment things for you. So he gets through the first verse, sings the chorus, and then just kind of stops and leaves. It was fucking amazing. Oh, what a way to end the day. What a way to end the festivities. I'm sure there's more stuff going on, but I just don't care about it anymore. This was how the show should end, with homeless Ray Cyrus croaking through achy breaky heart. Thank you, tall person. Happy National Cheese Lovers Day. The media is already at it with the spin. Elon gave a Nazi salute and whatnot. Yeah, we'll get to that in a little while. Yeah, Nazi salute. Fucking retards, man. Havoc, thank you so very much. Monk, Miley coming in like a wrecking ball really did a number on poor Billy, didn't it? Yeah, it kind of ruined him when his daughter was like, look, I'm a whore. Anyhow, I just had to share that with you guys because I don't know how much attention it's going to get, but it deserves all the attention. It was, if he's not drunk, there's really no reason for what just happened, but it was fucking amazing. It was great. I loved it. All right, let's get on to the main event. Let's talk about the inauguration. Ladies and gentlemen, Donald J. Trump is your president once again as of about 1 o'clock this afternoon. Or I think the festivities started, noonish? But he took the oath of office, went off mostly without a hitch, other than, Carrie Underwood trying to sing. There was a slight delay. They were running late. Biden had shit himself and they had to change his pants real fast. So, the motorcade was a bit late. But everything happened. It went off without a hitch, really. And then Trump goes on to sign a shit ton of executive orders, including my favorite, which I hadn't even heard of. I didn't even realize they were doing an executive order basically ending birthright citizenship, which will be challenged and taken to the Supreme Court, where the case needs to be heard anyway. Birthright citizenship is nonsense and needs to be overturned. He had something happen to his throat, Monkey, and that's fair, but why in the fuck is he up there as a singer if he can't sing? Look. I'm sure at one point RFK Jr.'s voice was fine and you have him sing and stuff, but you don't do it now. That's all I'm saying. But for the rest of it, I mean, that doesn't explain the rest of his weird behaviors there. Dark Conservatarian, thank you so much. Have to Jack whenever he arrives. I watched Con Air for the first time a while ago, and it's been on my mind ever since. It's such stupid, bonkers fun. Worst thing was Steve Buscemi being squandered. I actually kind of like how they use Buscemi in there, especially where he doesn't kill the kid, because that would have been horrible. But yeah, Con Air is one of those just, hey, this is dumb fun. All right. I don't know how much of this we're going to watch because I'm going to be talking over it the whole time anyway, and I'll feel bad about that. But we're going to pick up with this moment right here. This is the swearing in of J.D. Vance as your Vice President of the United States.
And repeat after me. I, James David Vance, do solemnly swear.
I, James David Vance, do solemnly swear.
I just want to pause here and point out the look on Kamala's face over here. She looks so pissy. And can we just talk about how great it is they had Kavanaugh be the one to swear him in? This is fucking excellent. Well played all around. I don't know who the angry little blonde lady is there. But, yeah, Kamala's just, the disdain on her face is amazing. It's beautiful. I love it. I love angry women. Angry women make me happy.
That I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States.
I also like to point out Barron is taller than Ramaswamy's hair, which is kind of interesting. Ramaswamy announced, well, it was announced for him and he confirmed he's not going to be part of Doge. Everybody knows what's coming. Ramaswamy's going to run for governor of Ohio, so he's stepping away from Doge. That's just going to be an Elon thing. So yeah, that's Vance's mom. She looked mad. She should be happy. Her son's being sworn in as VP. Maybe she had a hot flash during it. I don't know. But she looked mad as fuck.
That I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States.
Against all enemies, foreign and domestic.
Against all enemies, foreign and domestic.
Which is why Biden put out a whole bunch of pardons for his family today. So Biden drops a shit ton of pardons as his last act as president, including his brother, his sister, his mom, their gardener, I don't know, just tons of people, including Fauci and General Milley. A douche fucking move, too, because he did the same thing he did with Hunter. And to try to throw people off the scent about, pardoning Hunter all the way back to 2014, he did the same with these assholes. Now, with his family, that makes sense because that is the start of the Biden criminal cartel. And so, yeah, we got to start it there. But then he threw in Fauci and Milley going all the way back to 2014 as well. And his reasoning for it is because of the political climate, which he should have finished that sentence, that we created. But he didn't do that. He was like, nah, we got to do this because there's people who go after people's enemies. There's a great video somebody put together of Democrats saying that preemptively pardoning people is proof of guilt, including Adam Schiff saying it. I wonder if they're going to be questioned about that now. Probably not. Probably not. Anyway, back to the good stuff.
That I will bear true faith.
That I will bear true faith.
I love this little
and
girl.
allegiance to the same.
And allegiance to the same.
That I take this obligation freely.
That I take this obligation freely.
Without any mental reservation.
Without any mental reservation.
We got to go back 1 second here. as Justice Kavanaugh says, without any mental reservation, Biden sighs.
This obligation freely,
without any mental reservation.
without any
Could there be a better metaphor for the last 4 years? The term mental reservation made him sigh. Barron looks like he's still wanting revenge for what they did to his dad. Thank you, Travis Gardner. Yeah, Barron didn't look happy all day. He looked very dour. And I don't know. Look, if I'm this kid and my dad's already been shot, and there's no good reason for my dad to do this other than he really cares about the country and shit, I'd be worried. I mean, let's be honest. Barron is likely to live most of his life without his father because Trump's old as shit. And Barron's what, 18, 19? I forget how old Barron is these days. But he's very young. He's going to spend most of his life without it. And now he's got to share him with a world, half of which hates him and has tried to kill him repeatedly. I'd be like, Dad, what the fuck are you doing, man? I get it from that perspective. Or he's just the most stoic person ever born. Have you ever seen Barron Trump smile? I don't know if he can. I don't know. Maybe that's like the German or whatever his mom is in him.
mental reservation
or purpose of evasion.
Look how happy
that I
JD's
will
wife is,
well
man.
and faithfully
She's
discharge
like, hell yeah.
and that I will well and faithfully discharge
the
She's
duties
like, you
of the
getting blown
office
tonight,
duties of
sir.
the office
on which I'm about to enter. So help me God.
So help me God.
We're going to change those nasty sheets in the Naval Observatory and then make some they'll have to burn after we're done with them.
Congratulations, Mr. Vice President.
Yeah, JD got blown tonight. That's why you watch this show. We're serious political commentary about who's getting blown tonight. Melania's from Slovenia. Yeah, and actually, I should have just pointed. I mean, Trump's family goes back to Germany. His great-grandfather was German. I should have just said the German in his dad's side. But Trump smiles all the time. Unless I'm smiling, I always look like I'm pissed. Yeah, I get that a lot, too. People who thought I was mad. I'm like, no, my face just looks like this.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Chief Justice Roberts to administer the
Oh,
president.
can we also point out, I just thought this was kind of creepy. Hang on.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Look how happy Biden is. Like little kids to sniff. Why, Joe? Why are you like this? It's the only time this man has looked happy in like 2 years. Like kids. Anyway.
Please welcome Chief Justice Roberts to administer the presidential oath of office.
Now, this here, there's some mistakes that happened. They bring up Roberts to do the official oath for Trump, and they don't get Melania into place. So Trump comes up. Melania
Please
should be
raise
coming
your
up.
right hand and repeat after me.
Robert starts before Melania is in place. Melania is carrying the Bible that he's supposed to put his left hand on. And a lot of people are, he didn't put his hand on the Bible. Well, Melania's behind him, and Roberts has already started the oath. So it's not like he was like, fuck the Bible, which is on. For this group of people who are telling me constantly how Donald Trump is a religious zealot, which I've never seen. It's amazing how quickly they're like, he hates the Bible. He'll burn his skin if he touches it.
I, Donald John Trump, do solemnly swear
I, Donald John Trump, do solemnly swear
that I will faithfully execute
that I will faithfully execute
the office of President of the United States
the office of President of the United States
and will, to the best of my ability,
and will to the
You can see how Melania's Trump. She's like, I have the books. Donald, I'm over here. Excuse me.
best of my ability
preserve, protect, and defend
She's giving him that wife stare like
protect, and
he should
defend
know
the
he's supposed to look at her.
Constitution of the United States.
the Constitution of the United
If you wanted to see this uninterrupted, you came to the wrong damn show. It's your own fault.
Congratulations, Mr. President.
There it is, ladies and gentlemen. At that moment, he became president, 47. And then we started shelling liberals, as we should. I just wonder if there's anybody who didn't know that the inauguration was today and suddenly there's shelling going on in D.C. She's what you see when you take too many what? Oh, I'm sorry. Too many Benadryl. Bart. All right, we don't have to keep watching that. Should we watch his speech? I really don't know if we should, because I mean, it was a good speech and all. It wasn't. Apparently he wanted to get shitty with Biden and Kamala, and Melania and his team talked him out of it. And he even mentions this in his speech later at the Capital One Center, that they're like, no, look, it's a great speech. Don't bring up that shit right now. Leave that shit out. And he's like, you know what? I'll do it later. And he did, which is great. But yeah, apparently the people around him are like, no. Just be presidential for once, Donnie. For once, put the pettiness away. I feel bad for Eric. What's it like to be the ugly Trump kid? Retro, thank you. You missed my Streamlabs from before the show. Oh, I'm so sorry, bud. I did not refresh this. That's my bad. I opened it when I first set up, and I have not refreshed it since. I'm so sorry. Travis, thank you. My boss did call a meeting so we can watch it. That's awesome. Retro, you can read me now, LOL. Oh, and first for that presidential 4547 donation. Thank you so much, my friend. Thank you. I'm sorry I missed that. Yeah, I don't normally refresh that until I get the first donation through there, but the first donation I could read on the other screen, so I didn't even refresh it then. I am so sorry, my friend. You know what? I'm just going to blame Nancy Pelosi and say she made me miss it. So there. Yeah. I mean, we can keep this playing while I talk. There's no reason I can't. Can always turn it back up when it's time for anything important to happen. But yeah, this is at the Capitol. They did it in one of the round parts of the Capitol. Sure, why not? There were so many different round parts. They had their little dinner in there too, and it just seems like such a cramped space. I feel like they should have disinvited some people. Like, there's no reason for Bill Clinton to be there, right? I mean, there's plenty of disease running around DC. You don't need to have his ass there. Lots of old people. Now, it was funny. Was it CNN that was whining that there were an awful lot of white people there? Awful lot of honkies in the crowd. There's a real thing that happened. Barron smiles when Trump calls on him later. Oh, okay. I saw him call on him during the speech at Capital One Center there, or the Capital One Arena, but the camera didn't pan to him, so I didn't actually get to see his face. I just feel like poor Barron. I mean, he's so young but old enough at this point to be aware of what's going on, and already having been through it for 4 years, and now he's got to go through it another 4. I wouldn't want to be a president's kid. That's got to be the suck ass growing up experience right there. Clinton was staring at Carrie Underwood. Well, no shit. I'm surprised he didn't reach over and grab her by the vagina. Trump was petty, loved it. Oh my God. When he gave his speech that he gave at the Capital One Center, he starts off by, right before he speaks, they have somebody up there. They bring out all these people who were hostages over in Gaza, and people are still waiting for hostages to get back. And he mentions them very briefly, and then immediately says, later tonight, I'm going to pardon the J6ers. That's how he fucking opens his speech. It was fucking great. Editor, thank you so much. Happy inauguration, Chunky Monkey. We won the battle, but not the war. Yeah, the war's far from over. The war's, that part we're still getting our butt kicked in, because although I will say I've seen a market change. There was a protest outside of this today. Did you guys see it? Probably not. I don't know who the old lady is singing right there or why they highlighted her, but she did a good job. But there was a protest outside, and there's like maybe 40 people there. Maybe 40. We should watch that. Let me pull that up while the singing is going on. But this seems so different than 2016. In 2016, it was almost like an allergic reaction they were having. They were so angry and miserable, and it was everywhere. And this time, I mean, you have the people trying to make it that way, but it's not really working out for them. It's like nobody really gives a shit. Nobody cares about their little whiny bullshit this time. So I'm still scrolling. No, that's the one where we'll get to that part in a minute. God damn, I tweeted a lot today. I should have known it's inauguration day. So, oh, here it is. Okay. You guys stop singing for a minute. We'll come back to y'all in just a minute. Bring this to my other screen so I can see it when you guys do. All right. This is their big protest against Donald Trump today. And it's not even as filled as I will give them this. They actually were chanting and it rhymed, because a lot of times when they do it, it's like mumble rap and it just doesn't work when you're chanting it. Like those words aren't even close. But they got it. One solution, revolution. Wait, where have I heard that before? Oh, yeah. All the communist states that these people love so much that have failed and killed millions of people. But let's not talk about that. One solution, revolution. There's another one. I wonder if I can find that one. Another one where they actually had one of the speakers talking, and what was it she said? We're gonna make America ungovernable. Fuck, y'all know what I'm trying to say. Don't look at me like that. But yeah, we're gonna make America ungovernable. Governable. Fuck, that's hard to say. And all I could think is that sounds like, I don't know, treason. Thank you, Cass One. I just hate you, son of a bitch. He knows what he did. I just hate how the most I'm getting out of this is idiots defending TikTok. Oh, there we go. And not actual, oh, you son of a bitch, not actual salt. There we go. So this text is my Schrodinger's, I can't read that. He's typing every other letter in caps. And as bad as reading no caps, reading that is fucking impossible. Cass One, you're an asshole, and I love you for it. Thank you so much for the donation, my friend. All right. Anyway. The TikTok thing, Trump was asked about that during his signing tonight. So after everything's done, right, the main stuff, and Trump goes to the White House and he sits down and he signs a whole bunch of executive orders, including freeing the January 6th people, pardoning them outright, 1,500 of them, pulling us out of the Paris Climate Accord. Thank you, God. And of course, as I said, the one challenging birthright citizenship. And as he's signing these, he's having conversations with the press that's there. And he's actively engaging with them and answering questions he's answering them as though he actually heard the question, not like Biden, where it's like, Mr. President, what do you think about Tuesdays coming after Monday? And Biden going, well, One time when I was 6, my grandpappy said I have curly legs and I rubbed him. He was actually engaging with the conversation and doing it without any hitch. Without any. The only time I saw him flub, somebody told me he flubbed another time, but he accidentally called JD Vance JB at one point and then immediately corrects it. But watching this man who's close in age to Biden be able to have coherent thoughts. Oh, I can keep playing this. We don't need to wait for that. But having coherent thoughts on the fly, answering questions, it was so refreshing to see. It was so nice. I don't like Melania's hat. Am I the only one that was turned off by her outfit today? I really don't like how everybody's dressed like it's a funeral too. You don't have to be flashy. It's not the Met Gala, but do we need all the women in black? I mean, it is kind of a funeral for Joe Biden because next time we see him, he'll be dead as shit. But a little color, a little pink, do a Jackie O thing. I mean, I don't hate the outfit itself. I just hate it in this instance. And I really do think that it just comes off looking like funeral clothes. The brim was pulled down way too low. I just don't like all the black. I wanted to see somebody there in a 70s suit, polyester, looks like it came from a couch. That's what I want to see at an inauguration. I want to see somebody with a little bit of flair. I want to be somebody I can make fun of. It was the Democrats' funeral. In many ways, it was. And this is what I was going to talking about, how there was no real pushback against this. The media's trying. They're doing their damnedest. They're like, nobody likes him. Did you see the whore Jeff Bezos brought? Thank you, Darth Mondo. I did indeed. Her shirt was cut a little bit low. We can take a look at that later. JD's wife, just look at the smile just plastered on this woman's face. That is a happy woman. Women aren't usually that happy. JD should be scared. Because usually if they're smiling like that, they're plotting your demise. But I'm sticking with he's getting blown later. She's just that happy because that woman is not happy at all. Damn. Oh, I just happened to look at the screen. I listened to most of this rather than watching a lot of it. So Melania was dressed for vengeance, not celebration. Yeah, kind of was. Fetterman was dolled up. I didn't even see Fetterman. Oh, look, that's the first time she stopped smiling. Oh, and somebody reminded her smile. You're the second lady now. And can I point out just how close we came to having the first lady man? And I'm glad we don't. We got some midget who's telling us something that I don't care about. If I have to paraphrase what she said, I'd have to make it all up because I don't remember what she said. Nobody cares about her at all. Space Trucker, thank you so much. Trump wearing a royal purple tie was a nice Mimi choice. Yeah, usually Trump is in the red tie, and it is odd to see him in any other color tie. All right. I'm probably going to talk through this, y'all. So again, if you want to see it, it's online. But
Thank you very much, everybody. Well, thank you very, very much. Vice President Vance, Speaker Johnson,
for the record, this is as loud as it goes. So sorry about that.
Senator Thune, Chief Justice Roberts.
Chaos One, thank you. That's the smile of a woman who sees the Jill Biden path to the White House. Fair.
Justices of the.
Right now, JD is the heir apparent. I mean, the Republican, neither side really has a strong bench right now. DeSantis will have been out of office for 2 years by the time the next presidential election rolls around, for a full year before the campaigning even starts. JD's the vice president, so if he wants the presidency, he is the heir apparent. Don't pause it. Hell no. I'll pause whatever I want to, whenever I want to. Who do you think you're watching right now? But yeah, JD is the heir apparent. So the Democrats really don't have anybody to run against him right now. The next 4 years, and actually probably the next 2.5 years, is going to be a whole bunch of Democrats jockeying for position, and we'll see what happens. Yeah.
United States Supreme Court, President Clinton,
As he talks, just watch Kamala's face over here. She looks like she's sucking on lemons, man. It's so sad.
President Bush, President Obama, President.
Who does Barron look like right here? There's a movie that he's reminding me of right there. It's not one I've seen, but I've seen pictures from. Huh.
Biden, Vice President Harris, and my fellow citizens. The golden age of America begins right now.
I love that he said that. The golden age of America begins right now, because it's hopeful and forward thinking, but also gives a bitch slap to the two idiots sitting behind him on our right side of the screen, his left. That's like, these fuckers screwed everything up. I'm gonna fix it. It's not Al Pacino. I want to say it's not the weird guy from Twilight, but it's something. Oh fuck! I'll one day I will see it and I'll be like, "Yep, that was it. That was it." And you guys won't be around to hear it, so I don't know why I told you that.
From this day forward, our country will flourish and be respected again all over the world.
Another backhanded insult, right? Our country's going to be, from now on, it'll be respected around the world. This is why I don't understand why they didn't just let him get petty, right? Because he's still slapping people around. Patrick Bateman from American Psycho. Maybe I'd have to look that one up.
We will be the envy of every nation, and we will not allow ourselves to be taken advantage of any longer. During every single day of the Trump administration, I will very simply put America first.
None of this is very complimentary to old Joe Boy. It's all kind of insulting to him if we're being honest about it, right? So yeah, just let him be petty. Let him go. Joe is over here shitting his pants and drooling. That bitch done sucked as high as she can go. Dark Resurrect, thank you for that feminist $12. I'm honestly surprised I haven't seen that many people freak out when they announced that this is the beginning of a dynasty. Twitter disappointed me. I mean, is this really the beginning of a dynasty? Even if Vance becomes, the next president of the United States, he's a latecomer to the Trump bandwagon, and I feel like if Pence hadn't, ruined everything, then you could say that could kind of be a dynasty. The way you had the Reagan dynasty when Bush becomes president after him because he had been his VP the whole time. I think this is just a minor course correction, and it's a much needed one. Mighty Balzac, thank you. I hear the Dems have no balls tonight. Obviously, you didn't check their women.
Our sovereignty will be reclaimed. Our safety will be restored. The scales of justice will be rebalanced. The vicious, violent, and unfair weaponization of the Justice Department and our government will end.
I guess with keeping him from being petty, he still gets to get his point across, but this is more presidential sounding, right? Don Jr. can run. I don't think Don Jr. wants to. I think he's even said he doesn't want to. He doesn't even want to be part of the administration this time. He doesn't want any more of this shit. He got to see what it was like before. Another backhand. it's all backhands because it's him talking about what he's going to do and pointing out that he has to do it because everything sucks right now.
And our top priority will be to create a nation that is proud.
The salute allegations have already spread among my friends and family. I'm not shocked. I saw that stupid shit because of a literal 2-second clip of it that one of the Krasensteins put out. And he's like, what's going on here? And it took me less than 5 seconds to find the full video of it. And like, what we're talking about, guys, later on when they get to the Capital One Center, Elon Musk is giving a speech and he grabs his chest and puts his arm out. And what he's doing, and he literally says, my heart goes out to you. Talking about the crowd. My heart goes out to you. And all of the left went, he said he's doing a Nazi salute. He's Nazi. And everybody like, shut the fuck up. Even the ADL came out and went, he's not doing a Nazi salute. Stop it. The fucking ADL came out and said that. Now, granted, they're probably trying to save face from all the people they've accused of being Nazis who aren't over the last several years and trying to get scrutiny off of them for some of their dirty shit that they've done. But even the ADL is like, no.
Prosperous and free. America will soon be greater, stronger, and far more exceptional than ever before.
Now, see, that one's not a backhanded insult. That's saying we're going to be better than we've ever been, which you can't be better than you've ever been if everything behind you wasn't worse than it is right now, right? Than what you're making it. So this one is not backhanded. There's one out of what, 7? Just let it be petty. It's more fun.
The presidency confident and optimistic that we are at the start of a thrilling new era.
Joe Kamala, I like
seeing
success. Her. If you guys are listening for the speech, you're at the wrong place.
The country, sunlight is pouring over the entire world.
That's not just a purple
and
tie.
America
That's a
has
polka
the
dotted
chance
purple
to
tie.
seize this opportunity like never before.
That is a weird choice
first,
for him.
We must be honest about the challenges we face. While they are plentiful, they will be annihilated by this great momentum that the world is now witnessing in the United States of America. As we gather today, our government confronts a crisis of trust. For many years, a radical and corrupt establishment
I really wish they'd put the spray tan on his ears because it bothers me that there's so much different colors.
Society lay broken and seemingly in complete disrepair. We now have a government.
Also, if you're looking for deep political commentary, now might not be the time.
While at the same time stumbling into a continuing catalog of catastrophic events abroad. It fails to protect our magnificent, law-abiding American citizens, but provides sanctuary and protection for dangerous criminals, many from prisons and mental institutions that have illegally entered our country from all over the world. We have a government that has given unlimited funding to the defense of foreign borders, but refuses to defend American borders. Or more importantly,
right there, that is not being kind to Joe Biden. Just let him call him a doofus. Let him call him a dumb shit. He's pointing out all the things wrong with him. And this, I listened to this and then I saw all this stuff about how they made him take out the bad parts. And I'm like, really? Did you guys listen to the rest of it? I mean, yeah, it does have that hopeful attitude, but it's all with backhanded slaps to Joe and, frankly, the Democrats as a whole. I love this speech. Oh, it's a good speech. It really is. You guys should watch it without my interruptions if you haven't seen it, but you're not going to do that here right now.
Our country can no longer deliver basic services in times of emergency, as recently shown by the wonderful people of North Carolina. Been treated so badly.
He so desperately just wants to call Joe an asshole.
And other states who are still suffering from a hurricane that took place many months ago. Or more recently, Los Angeles, where we're watching fires still tragically burn from weeks ago without even a token of defense. They're raging through the houses and communities, even affecting some of the wealthiest and most powerful individuals in our country, some of whom.
Yeah, it is amazing how that's not a story anymore, right? I saw somebody the other day talking about, no, look, you guys don't understand. California, there's a lot going on, and it's there was no mismanagement, and not the one we watched, because we watched. Did we watch that, or did I just talk about it? This one I watched yesterday, and it was somebody else pointing out, yeah, but there was no fucking water. And somebody said, yeah, but they knew that they weren't going to have water because they had to do repairs and stuff. Maybe, and I'm just throwing this out there, have contingency plans, but it's just denial of what happened, because we can't point out that it's all the Dem issues. We can't point out that it's the Dems who are. Oh, I was watching Barring's video, and it was somebody that he was watching in his video, but you can't point out that it's the Democrats. If you watch that one with Baring, because it's him and Sugar Tits talking about the California fires. Baring just says, they've stopped backburning and stuff. And immediately Sugar Tits is like, no, that is a horrible fucking idea. And they know this because in Australia, they have problems with wildfires if you don't do the backburning and the brush clearing and that kind of shit. And we saw that as it ravaged their country a few years ago. But anyway, thank you, Dragon Mage. I think one of the biggest reasons Trump won this time is because Elon bought Twitter and broke their social media echo chamber. I think Trump probably still would have won. The horror that was the debate between Biden and Trump, that sealed Biden's fate. There was no media campaign they could have run that would have kept Biden from losing at that point. So then they still have to bring in Kamala. And even if social media was locked down like it was, say, in 2020, I don't think she did enough that she could have won. She just looked so bad. And she just ran her campaign so piss poorly. And it's literally what they said back in 2019. In 2019, when she has to drop out after raising $40 million for a primary, the criticism, that's the word I'm looking for. The criticism that the reason that happened was because she mismanaged her campaign. Now, part of that is true, mismanaging of the campaign, and part of it is that she's just a horrible fucking candidate. Nobody who spends any time with her likes this woman. Not even Doug. Doug is only with her because he thought he was going to get to sleep in the White House. I do not see that marriage lasting.
Are sitting here right now. They don't have a home any longer. That's interesting. But we can't let this happen. Everyone is
Biden's
unable
asleep.
to do anything about it. That's going to change.
How
we have a
pissy
public health
Kamala
system
looks.
that does not deliver in times of disaster, yet more money is spent on
You know
it.
what? I just need to point this out. Donald Trump is only the second president in history to serve non-consecutive terms. Every other president that has served 2 terms, it was consecutive. So they made him historic as the second one to ever do that. He is the first one to ever be elected twice, beating 2 women. And they have them sitting behind each other here. You got Hillary sitting behind Kamala, who got closer than Hillary did, if we're being honest. She was this guy falling wrong in the tub one time away from being president.
Than any country anywhere in the world. And
I'm
we have
being
an
honest, I'm not
education
listening to what he's
system that
saying. I'm
teaches
looking
our
at the people
children
in
to
the
be
crowd.
ashamed of themselves in many cases, to hate our country despite the love that we try so desperately to provide to them.
Can I also point out that they tried making this man a sexist, rapist, horrible person, and he beat 2 of their best women? If you take the Democrat look at Trump and then realize that he beat your best women, the best you had to offer in the vagina department, don't you have to stop and reevaluate your whole life? Don't you have to sit back and go, how the fuck maybe women are a bad idea. Don't you almost have to become the Handmaid's Tale kind of guy in this situation because you got to fix women's? You can't let them run anymore. They got beat by the guy you have the media calling a rapist, for fuck's sake, and beat them handedly. He beat the shit out of him. He beat him like it was Doug Imhoff's girlfriend talking to somebody else.
All of this will change starting today, and it will change very quickly.
And he's not lying about it real quick. A lot of people will get up there and go, we're changing this today. He actually did executive orders that further that, because there's several of the executive orders that he signed that had to do with securing the border, several of them that had to do with disaster recovery, several that had to do with, let's call them cultural issues like the birthright citizenship bullshit. Day one, we're fixing the shit. He rescinded like 80 of Biden's stuff. So Biden's stuff. I'm a professional talker, you guys. I see Tucker. I saw a picture. I didn't see Tucker there. I'll take your word for it. I'm blind as shit. But I did see Joe Rogan was there. Joe Rogan, who, by the way, was not a Trump fan a year ago, is now to the point where, like, I'm going to fucking inauguration. That's what happens when you stop listening to the press and just start, talking to, oh, look, this chick's having an orgasm. She's got her bullet in. I don't know what a bullet is.
My recent election is a mandate to completely and totally reverse a horrible betrayal and all of these many betrayals that have taken.
See what I mean? It was a mandate to reverse this awful betrayal. Don't be mean to him. Don't be mean to Joe. Don't be. He just called him a fucking treasonous shitbag.
In place, and to give the people back their faith, their wealth, their democracy, and indeed their freedom. From this moment on, America's decline is over.
There was not a part of this that wasn't insulting. Okay, one that wasn't insulting to Biden.
Our liberties and our nation's glorious destiny will no longer be denied, and we will immediately restore the integrity, competency, and loyalty of America's government.
Well, you fix the competency just by being sworn in because the guy before you has clear dementia. But I get what he was going at.
Over the past 8 years, I have been tested and challenged more than any president in our 250-year history.
True.
And I've learned a lot along the way. The journey to reclaim our republic has not been an easy one, that I can tell you. Those who wish to stop.
This is Trump playing nice. You're not wrong. I mean, this is cleaned up versions of some of the shit that he said about these people. So in that regard, you're probably right that, this is him being nice.
Our cause have tried to take my freedom.
Can I just say, if I was him, I wouldn't be this nice. I would be. You guys have seen me on Twitter when I run into an idiot, right? That would be me up here. I'd be like, that little fucker over there, he tried to get me arrested. This little fucker over here tried to get me shot. That little fucker, I just don't like him. Fuck that guy. I could not be this kind of grown-up. I know me. And I would want to take the high road like he is here. I would want to read a speech that has been cleaned up instead of this guy's an asshole too. We won't be going back to the horrors of the last 4 years or whatever, right? But I couldn't do it. I know me.
And indeed, to take my
life.
They
shot this man.
Just a few months ago in a beautiful Pennsylvania field, an assassin's bullet ripped through my ear.
Yeah, exactly.
But I felt then, and believe even more so now, that my life was saved for a reason. I was saved by God to make America great again.
See, like right there, I'd be like, I was saved by God to keep that bitch out of office. I would have had to. I was saved by God to keep that bitch from ruining your lives. Look at them not clapping. Look at, you see that? Oh, look, there's Teddy Cruz. They didn't even know standing up, not even a little, yay, all right, cool. Petty motherfuckers. Our politicians are so petty. For the record, Democrats would do this to Republicans in the same way, Republicans would do it to Democrats. How dare you not clap at making America great, you fucking assholes.
Thank you very much. That is why each day
Wait a
under
second. Who is that? Laura Bush right there? Laura and George didn't stand for that? You fucking cunts.
our administration of American patriots,
That's some petty
we
shit.
will be working to meet every crisis.
And that's
with
why if I was
dignity and
Trump, I'd be up
power
here
and
naming
strength. We will move with purpose and speed to bring back hope.
Wait a second.
prosperity. We will move.
Why does Bill Clinton look like that? What is that face he's making? All right. Sorry, guys. I get distracted I'm a people watcher, so I get distracted by this kind of shit. He looks like he's about to laugh at something.
Move with purpose and speed to bring back hope, prosperity, safety, and peace for citizens of every race, religion, color, and creed. For American citizens, January 20th, 2025.
I did mute that, right? You guys didn't just hear me
Liberation
blow a
Day.
booger out, did you?
It is my hope that our recent presidential election will be remembered as the greatest and most consequential election in the history of our country. As our victory showed, the entire nation is rapidly unifying behind our agenda with dramatic increases in support from virtually every element of our society, young and old.
And he's not. This is what's really blowing my mind right now is the lack of pushback. What little there is, nobody's really paying attention to. I mean, the big story today, there were two. There was the January 6th. Oh my God, he got the January 6th people out. And Elon is a Nazi. Those were their two big pushbacks. None of them are out there going, no, what we really need to do is keep the border open and bring in them little Mexicans to watch my kids so I don't have to. There's none of that shit going on. It's eerie. I don't trust the press. There's something up. There is something up.
Men and women.
Just saw a report on X. Oh, what's the report on X? Well, House Spanish page and White House Spanish Twitter have been deleted. Or White House Spanish. Oh, good. Shouldn't have that shit in Spanish anyway. They should have to go to Google Translate like the rest of us.
Hispanic Americans, Asian Americans, urban, suburban, rural, and very importantly, we had a powerful win in all 7 swing states. And the popular vote, we won by millions.
Show Kamala's face. See, you bastards. Again, I was listening to this earlier, so I didn't know. We won the popular vote by millions. That is the perfect. Whoever was the producer on this, this is the time that you should have cut right to her face. That's good TV. Bastards.
To the Black and Hispanic communities, I want to thank you for the tremendous outpouring of love.
I have no doubt that Donald Trump honestly meant it when he said he wanted to thank the Black and Hispanics, but what a slap in the face to the Democrats and especially the dick sucker behind him to the left, because they were just counting on blacks and Hispanics to show up and just give us your vote like we told you to. We even sent Obama out there to tell you to do it.
And trust that you have shown me with your vote. We set records, and I will not forget it. I've heard your voices in the campaign, and I look forward to working with you in the years to come. Today is Martin Luther King Day, and his honor, this will be a great honor. But in his honor, we will strive together to make his dream a reality. We will.
Yeah, it would be nice, wouldn't it? Content of character rather than color of skin. It really would be nice to get to that. Oh, I just don't think it's going to happen. I think we're pushed too far along the DEI path. Dark Resurrect, thanks so much for that feminist $12. Did you see within a matter of minutes of Trump being sworn in, the El Paso border crossing was shut down and police with riot shields were lined up? Trump did in minutes what Biden refused to do. Forgot you're blind in my previous. Oh, no, don't worry about that, man. Don't worry about that at all. Thank you so much for the donation. And yes, I did see that. And they were giving warnings in English and Spanish not to cross the fucking border. Turn around, go home. I'm paraphrasing, but
Will make his dream come true.
show me the Democrats now. Are they going to clap at that? I mean, I know they don't like black people, so probably not. Are those little skis balls? Are you kidding me? Oh, I wish I would have seen this part earlier. I'd had so much more to say on Twitter. Donald Trump just said we're going to make Martin Luther King's dream come true, and those little shitbags are sitting on their hands. Racial equality, they're sitting on their fucking hands. Tell me again that they're the party of tolerance and the party of the black people. No, you're not. No, you should be fucking ashamed of what you did here. You can't give even a pity clap to racial equality? Jesus fucking Christ. Snubber, thank you so much. DEI is at the center stage now. There we go. Hopefully it will curve at least for a time. I would like at least less crap in video games. What I think is going to happen is we're probably going to see a couple of months of quiet. And then we are going to see a massive push come spring of all of their DEI nonsense. We're going to have another summer of love. Some bastard's going to get killed by the police that deserves to, and suddenly we'll have rioting again. And look how these very people right here who are not clapping for King's dream will be telling us about how racist America is. This is absolutely disgusting. At least you can see George Bush is clapping. He's got his little seal hands up together. Barack Obama and I'm not sure what race I am, Kamala Harris here, they're sitting stoically. You are disgusting people. You are fucking disgusting people.
National unity is now returning to.
I'm honestly annoyed. I've been happy all day. I'm muted. You don't seem to be. I've been in a really good mood. This has actually pissed me off. This is disgusting. This is how much you hate Donald Trump. You're going to take the side of racial inequality? For real? You can't even give a performative clap on that one. These are bad people, man. These are bad people. Biden smiling. Yeah. I solved all the racist stuff back in the 60s on a porch with some Negroes. They are little racist people. I'm just telling you, that's what they are.
In everything we do, my administration will be inspired by a strong pursuit of excellence and unrelenting success. We will not forget our country.
Biden smiles because he made poopies. Dax, thank you for reminding me this is a good day and I should be laughing. I'm so annoyed at what they just did there. That's fucking gross.
We will not forget our
And not just as
Constitution.
poopy.
And we will not forget our God. Can't do that.
Ooh. But you didn't put your hand on the Bible, sir. I know that's just trickery.
Today I will sign a
Is it me or do
series
some of these people look like they've never laughed in their life? Look at these people. That's Blinken right there in the front right. He's a douchebag anyway. But these are the most miserable looking fucks I've ever seen. They look like their wife is actively nagging them.
Today I will sign a series of historic executive orders. With these actions, we will begin the complete restoration of America and the revolution of common sense. It's all about common sense.
That's another good slap at Biden without just saying that guy's a fucking idiot. Oh, it's all about common sense.
First, I will declare a national emergency at our southern border.
Which should have been done already. By the way, it has been now, but I meant before Trump got in. To be fair, would you laugh at a day that you know came about because a lot of people hate you? No, you're probably right. Oh, that was Abbott. I'm sorry. God, he looks like Blinken. You're right. You guys are right. That's why he's not standing up. My bad. Governor Abbott, I am so sorry that I called you Anthony Blinken. Please don't send Mexicans to my house. But where are we talking about? This came about because people hate you. I think I could smile at that. I really do. Did you say A Blinken? No. I said Anthony Blinken. You know what? I want to point this out too, because this conglomeration of shitbags right in here. You have Biden and Harris, and then you have George Bush, you have Bill Clinton. Behind the green lady here is Hillary. Think about how these people talked about each other not that long ago. It wasn't that long ago where they were calling each other shitbags. And now they're sitting in unison against Donald Trump. So I keep telling you guys, there aren't two parties, and I don't mean the uniparty thing. Once you get to that level, the president really doesn't get a say. They're just told, hey, this is what we're doing. Doesn't matter what they said on the campaign trail. And Trump is the one who broke that. Trump is the one who's like, fuck you, I'll do what I want. And they hate him for it. And they tried to kill him for it. Jack, how you doing, my friend?
Pretty good. How are you?
I am okay. I think my speakers are fucked up here.
Oh.
There we go.
Oh, hi.
I thought it was just the video I'm watching was really quiet until I heard you say hi. And I'm like, oh, maybe here's my headphones.
Maybe I should plug those in.
They were plugged in, apparently just not all the way.
Oh, hi, everybody.
You just missed me confusing Governor Abbott with Anthony Blinken. That's my bad.
I was waiting on my food to finish in the microwave.
Well, you missed it.
You
missed it as a guest on the show.
Oh, yeah. Well, I would have laughed at you.
You should laugh at me on that one. But in my defense, they do look alike.
They kind of do, yeah.
In my defense, just throwing that out there.
Come on, Abbott, stand up and take an applause. Take a bow.
Were you listening when I was talking about how these shitbags didn't stand up for King's dream?
No, I just got here. But I did see it live, or watched it with Jim, I should say.
Donald Trump says we're going to make King's dream come true, and those little shitbags refuse to even give a golf clap to it.
No, because they don't actually want that to happen. They want the divisiveness. Real quick though, thank you, Retro Gamer, for that presidential inauguration day donation. Will this sponsor Godzilla versus X Hulk? I'll never buy it, but I'm curious. Happy inauguration day. Also, first, yeah, I am gonna buy that. I didn't even know it was a thing until you posted about it, so I will pick that up because Godzilla versus the Hulk. My money's on Godzilla. That's who should win.
Jim, the humble hat salesman. Yeah, I watched his video from the other day about the it's not Boblex. Thank you. I was thinking Augie, and it's like, no, it's not Augie. I do have some great drama I want to talk about. Destiny's going to get the shit suit out of him.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. His dumbass shared a picture of a naked girl that was sent to him with someone else, and it got leaked out to everyone.
Was she underage?
No.
Oh, so he's gonna get sued for revenge porn.
Yep. The Shield Act.
What a dumbass.
Oh, it's even better. His dumbass has basically admitted to it in not just in private conversations that were also leaked, but in a Reddit post that he wrote.
What a shithead. That stuff can all be traced to you. I mean, there's an electronic signature for everything.
Well, he's got it in his head as long as it wasn't his intention for it to get out, that it's not a problem. But if you read the law,
yeah, that's not how that
that's
works.
not what it says. It says if you did it intentionally to harm somebody, or if somebody was harmed, and by his own words, she was harmed from this. So his bitch ass better get his checkbook out and make this shit go away.
He's too arrogant for that. He really thinks that rules don't apply to him.
Monk, did you see the iDubbbz abortion video? Are you talking about his career or an actual abortion? Because I didn't see the latter. But anyway, we'll dig more into the Destiny thing another time because today's inauguration day, and this is a lot more fun.
Oh, it was so exciting. I had such a good time.
I've been having a blast since I woke up. I didn't wake up till 2. By the time I woke up, he was already president, but I've been watching since and gone back and, when there were lulls and caught stuff. Oh, by the way, Jack, I'm watching his speech, but I don't really care about it, and I'm talking through the whole thing.
Yeah. You know what I do care about? Tall person. Thank you, Tall Person, for the generous donation. Happy National Coffee Break Day. Oh, that's what Joe Biden will be doing for the next year or two before he croaks. But thank you, Tall Person. And thanks again, Retro. You guys are awesome. We have a beautiful audience. You know that?
We really do. If you guys do want to watch this, the only feed I saw, the only one that kept coming up for me was Fox News. That's why we're watching it here. I do recommend watching the speech. It was a decent speech, but
it was a good speech. I was actually really impressed with it because it was very presidential.
He should have just look. I've been pointing this out throughout. He's been bitch slapping Biden the whole time without just calling Biden an asshole.
Yeah,
they should have just let him call Biden an asshole.
I think so, but Biden would be in the audience like, "Who's he talking about?" That's kind of mean.
This is why you and me run a podcast and not a presidential campaign.
Yeah, although it would be a lot funnier if we ran it.
It would.
All illegal entry will immediately be halted, and we will begin the process of returning millions.
Is this what you guys have been hearing all along?
And millions of criminals.
I was wondering why nobody complained that it was so low. Shit. All right.
Aliens back to the places from which
I'm a professional.
They came.
Send them home.
We will reinstate my remain in Mexico policy.
Oh, hey, George Bush is clapping for that one. I'll give him a little bit of credit for that. Go ahead, George.
Yeah, well, fuck him. He's an idiot.
Oh yeah, he's largely an idiot, but He's been in lockstep with these other douchebags up here most of the time. So just a little credit, Jack. Not very much.
Yeah, it's just they're such crybabies about everything. Like they are all petulant children with way too much power and influence.
Make volume great again. Shut up.
I will end the practice of catch and release. And I will send troops to the southern border to repel the disastrous invasion of our country.
There you go. The little fuckers out of here. And for the record, not just the people coming across the border. There was a border agent shot today, Jack, by somebody who just overstayed a visa. They came in legally and didn't want to go. Those people need to go too.
Yeah.
Track
Especially
them down.
from certain Muslim countries.
Holman, get on that shit.
Under the orders I
Did
signed
you see
today,
that meme?
Which one?
There's a picture of Homan and it says, snow today, ice tomorrow.
Nice. I did not see that, but that's awesome.
will also be designating the cartels as foreign terrorist organizations.
Which he has already done. Cybertest, thanks so much for the donation. Says money for the monkey. Thank you. Cybertest. I was watching something the other day and you had donated. And I heard your name. I was like, Cybertest, I haven't seen him for a little while.
I know. I was getting a little worried. You okay, man?
Yeah, I apparently now keep tabs on our audience by donations from other people. No, I was glad to hear you were okay.
Yeah, I think he donated to either Jim or AP because I watched both of them recently.
Okay.
But thank you, Cybertaz, for the generous donation. At least Joseph Mengele Jr., Anthony Fauci got his pardon. That one really pissed me off. Yes. Those last-minute pardons. Excuse me.
Taz is working 70 hours a week. Oh, that explains it. And I think you're right. I think it was the gym stream that I was watching. All right.
Well, it's good to see you either way, man.
Indeed. I let the clapping play for Cyber. That was for Taz.
Yeah. And everybody that donates.
And by invoking the Alien Enemies Act of 1798, I will direct our government to use the full and immense power of federal and state law enforcement to eliminate the presence of all foreign gangs and criminal networks, bringing devastating crime to U.S. soil.
Sounds like there's going to be some real estate opening up in Colorado.
Yeah, no shit. I think this is great. First of all, in the 1700s, we knew how to deal with these people. There was none of this fucking around pussyfooting. It was like, oh, you're a foreign invader. Well, I guess we're going to have to hunt you down.
Yeah.
Now, if you would make carjacking a death penalty offense like horse thievery was, I'd probably jizz my pants. There was only so hard I could get while this speech was going on.
Yeah. For me, man, when he announced the executive order on birthright citizenship,
yes,
I was like, I need a tissue.
Right? I need some alone time. I am not tired of winning yet.
No.
Our cities and inner cities.
Get rid of them scum fucks. And I have no problem calling gang members scum fucks.
As Commander-in-Chief, I have no higher responsibility than to defend our country from threats and invasions, and that is exactly what I am going to do. We will do it at a level that nobody's ever seen before.
Get them.
Next, I will direct all members of my cabinet to marshal the vast powers at their disposal to defeat what was record inflation and rapidly bring down costs and prices.
Yeah, he had talked the other day about reopening Alcatraz.
Nice.
Like, there's lots of little islands, man. We could make a lot of Alcatrazes.
This part here going to direct them to reduce inflation. I mean, that's fine, but they're not really going to be able to do much.
Oh, they can if they use Doge and start cutting a bunch of federal programs and agencies.
At this point, the thing is, inflation never really goes down unless you're in serious trouble.
Yeah.
So all we can really do is keep inflation from going back up and hold steady and get people compensated to where they were before.
Yeah, prices and wages have to adjust accordingly. But the great way to do that would be to balance the budget and stop with this overspending.
Yeah, because we can keep it from getting worse, which is basically where we are. But yeah, you're not going to get for it to go down. One, you're talking about deflation, which is at this point we'd have to have like a massive recession, something that a depression even.
That's always a possibility, though. I mean, you get a major war or civil unrest.
Look what they did in 2020 with COVID.
Yeah,
there was no reason for COVID to be like that, but they needed to destroy the economy.
Yeah, it was all to get at Trump too.
Yep.
There was no reason for it other than that.
So they can do it. Thank you, Dangerous Spaces. Playing Hogwarts Legacy and kind of blown away by how much I'm enjoying it. Have you guys had any games like that? By the way, maybe Kamala has that look on her face because she can smell Joe's shit-filled pants. One that I was surprised by how much I enjoyed it. Maybe Stardew Valley, because I've always liked the games like that. What are the ones that were out on the Nintendo? I forget the names of them, but that Stardew Valley is clearly based on, but not to the point where I ever played them for very long. And then I played Stardew and I just couldn't stop.
I'd have to say Skyrim. I didn't think it'd be that fun.
I mean, I had a blast with Hogwarts Legacy.
Or Fallout 2.
Most of the games I play, I have a pretty good idea I'm going to like them. I've had the exact opposite happen where like this game's going to be so fun, and then I played it and like, what the fuck is this? But anyway, I really should let this guy finish speaking. Not gonna.
The inflation crisis was caused by massive overspending and escalation.
That's what I'm talking about. This is just let him be the asshole that he is, because it would have been. I get it. Yes, this is a good presidential speech, but that is not what I watched Donald Trump for. I watched Donald Trump for him to say it like it is, drop an F-bomb now and then, talk about Joe pissing his pants. That's what I'm here for.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you're not wrong.
Yeah.
And that is why today I will also declare a national energy emergency. We will drill, baby, drill.
These little assholes in the front just not standing up. They're assholes.
America will be a manufacturing nation once again, and we have something that no other manufacturing nation will ever have. The largest amount of oil and gas of any country on earth, and we are going to use it.
Use it.
Let me use it.
Do you think we'll see the oil boom again?
I hope so.
I knew a lot of people back in his first term who either went out and became oil workers or their husbands went out and did oil work. And that shit all dried up when Biden got in.
Yeah, he shut a lot of it down.
Yeah.
I'm hoping we can restart the Keystone Pipeline.
I'm pretty sure the company that was doing that either went out of business or they have no plans to. Because once Biden shut it down, they were like, all right, fuck it. I guess we're not doing this.
There's always a possibility somebody else can take it over.
And before anybody tells me, oh, that was just oil from Canada. No, it wasn't. There were plans to also bring oil from like Montana. They were going to connect it.
Yep. It would have been a big, big investment nationally.
Yep.
We will bring prices down, fill our strategic reserves up again, right to the top, and export American energy all over the world.
Look how pussy they
we
are.
will be a rich nation again, and it is that liquid gold under our feet that will help to do it.
You want to shut down a lot of problems in the Middle East. You want to shut down Russian power and all that. Oil. That's how you do it. That's what gives Saudi Arabia any power at all. Nobody would give a shit about them if it wasn't for oil. And we shouldn't give a shit about them because we have plenty of it.
We have more than they do.
Yeah. Yet they get to set the price on that? What the fuck?
Yeah, that's OPEC has way too much power over us.
Yep.
And we need to end that shit now.
With my actions today, we will end the Green New Deal and we
Yes.
will revoke the electric vehicle mandate,
Yes.
saving our auto industry and keeping my sacred pledge to our great American auto workers.
I wonder how Elon felt about that statement. Because let's be honest, the electric vehicle mandate helps Elon Musk.
Yeah, but at the same time, Tesla's about the only good electric vehicle out there.
And even them, I mean, the adoption of electric vehicles just hasn't happened like they wanted it to.
No, not like they expected to. They're trying to force it down everyone's throat, but the vehicles are too expensive. If the battery catches on fire, your whole car is done. If the battery dies, you might as well buy a new car.
Yep.
There's no upsides to the consumer. Until they're better products, it's not worth it.
The only benefit I can see is that they're quiet.
Yeah.
That's it.
But once they get to the point where they can have a better vehicle, it'll sell itself. You can't force people into that kind of change.
Retro says, but we're going to run out of oil in 10 years, 60 years ago.
Yeah, exactly. Real quick, thank you, Evolved Potato. Just to remind people that the oil from the Keystone Pipeline is still coming into America. It's just much more expensive because it's being trucked down by a company owned by one of Biden's biggest donors. Yeah, they don't talk about that one a lot.
And not just more expensive. If you're worried about, emissions, there's far less emissions with the oil just traveling down a pipeline than having to be driven here.
Yeah. And there's far more likelihood one of those trucks is going to get in an accident than there is with the pipelines. Pipelines do occasionally leak. Trucks wreck way more often.
Texas boy right
In
there.
other words, you'll be able to buy the car of your choice.
Which you should.
We will build automobiles in America again at a rate that nobody could have dreamt possible just a few years ago. And thank you to the auto workers of our nation for your inspiring vote of confidence. We did tremendously with their vote.
With the rank and file, not with the unions. That's why we're not really endorsing anybody this time because all of our members want Trump. Dirty shitbags.
I will immediately begin the overhaul of our trade system to protect American workers and families. Instead of taxing our citizens to enrich other countries, we will tariff and tax foreign countries to enrich our citizens.
Hell yeah.
For this purpose, we are establishing the
pipelines actually help the animals with heat in the wintertime. Well, here's the thing. Anytime they put in like an oil derrick, they're like, it's going to destroy the environment. You know what they end up finding? Lots more wildlife around them for that very reason, the heat that they put off. It's not killing the wildlife like you hear from those idiots at the Sierra Club.
It's almost like oil is a natural phenomenon, and the animals are kind of used to it.
Yeah. They're the only thing you have to worry about is the original spook when they hear it. Then okay, it's not a monster coming to eat me.
Yeah. Look, I don't know why they treat oil as if it's like some kind of alien disease. It's a natural occurring thing, so maybe Earth has a way of coping with that.
Not to mention that there are arguments against it. Sorry, guys, yawn time. There are arguments against it all have to do with global warming. And none of it. Global warming and, oh my God, pipeline will leak or there'll be a leak. Leaks
or
can be
it's
cleaned
on
up.
Indian land.
Oh yeah, I forgot the Indian land. Fuck them. None of that shit is real. Al Gore had the nerve to tweet today, and he tweeted out that by leaving the Paris Climate Accord, which is just a horrible fucking treaty, it really is, that does nothing but punish us. Let's be honest. That he is going to cause the global warming problem to get so much worse. And I asked him, like, is this the one that you said is so bad that New York would be underwater by 2005? I feel like we're 20 years past that, and New York's still not underwater.
They pushed it up to 2015.
Still not underwater.
Look, your love of linear time is really disturbing, man.
All of their arguments are bullshit.
External Revenue Service to collect all tariffs, duties, and revenues. It will be massive amounts of money pouring into our treasury.
Just get the you don't need the External Revenue Service. Just get the IRS on this. Those little fuckers came after me, Jack, because a number got written on the wrong line.
Yeah. Well, that's what they do.
It took us months to get that fixed. They noticed that was in the wrong line. The fact that the total tax and everything came out right, that they didn't notice.
Well, I think the Internal Revenue Service is limited to working within the bounds of the U.S., so he probably had to create a new
when they're bringing the stuff in that is now internal. I'm just saying that's how interstate commerce works. Dangerous. Thank you. What's really sad is Trump is not saying anything outright crazy in this speech, but he will be called extreme and not in the way that we use the word in the 90s, like on Doritos.
There's no E. It's just an extreme.
For what is pretty common sense policy. Yeah, but you have to understand, Dangerous, as an Australian, you cannot appreciate this enough. There are a lot of people in America who do not want America to be successful. They hate that we are the richest country in the world. They literally talk about how we need to be brought down.
Yeah. A lot of people are in academia like that.
Yeah.
They are self-loathing about their own success. That's why they're always trying to ban things. You're not allowed to be happy.
So you're right. I mean, take the birthright citizenship one. There is literally no other country in the world that does that.
Not like we do it, no.
But the U.S. has to do it because fuck the U.S.
Coming from foreign sources. The American dream will soon be back and thriving like never before to restore competence and effectiveness to our federal government. My administration will establish the brand new Department of Government Efficiency.
Which again, Ramaswamy's walking away from so he can go be Jack's governor. You see that today, Jack?
After years and years.
Yeah, he didn't officially announce that he's running for governor, but he is walking away so that he can do something in Ohio.
Oh, awesome. Yeah, I'll vote for him.
Yeah, he's going to be your next governor.
Of illegal and unconstitutional federal efforts to restrict free expression. I will also sign an executive order to immediately stop all government censorship and bring back free speech to America.
Again, this is something he has already done by this point. This was so he goes to the Capital One Center, guys, and he signs like 5 or 6 executive orders there. And then after he leaves, he goes to the White House, and there's another sit down where he signs a whole bunch of other executive orders. And this was part of that second group of executive orders. Notice these shitbags right there not standing up for free speech in America.
Bernie Sanders is asleep.
What's that?
I think Bernie Sanders is asleep.
Oh, was Bernie there? I didn't even notice.
He's on the bottom left.
The immense power of the state be weaponized to persecute political opponents. Something I know something about. We will not allow that to happen. It will not happen again. Under my leadership, we will restore fair, equal, and impartial justice under the constitutional rule of law.
Trump was asked about Biden's pardons, and he said Biden didn't say anything to me about, because they ride into the Capitol. They took a limousine ride together. And he goes, yeah, he didn't tell me any of that shit. They knew what they were doing, because I would have said something. I love this man.
And we are going to bring law and order back to our cities.
The reason that there's not more clapping for that is because nobody believes that's true, because a lot of cities are run by liberal shitbags who will fight against it. That's all. And everybody knows it's true. Everybody knows Donald Trump can want to bring law and order back, but as long as you have people like Karen Bass or who's that guy up in Portland? Fuck, I forgot his name.
Oh, I don't remember his name now.
You know what I'm talking about, though.
Yeah.
As long as you have people like that, or who was Summer of Love chick, Mayor Jenny.
Oh, yeah.
As long as you have those people running the cities, there's not a lot. Wheeler, thank you. There's not a lot that Donald Trump can do about it, unfortunately.
Like, Law and Order went
This
downhill after Chris Noth and Jerry Orbach left the show.
That is true.
They were the best team up on that show. So, yeah, you're not going to be able to. Jerry Orbach's dead. You're not going to be able to recreate that magic.
I like Jerry Orbach, but I like the fat guy who was only there for the first season.
Oh, not Paul Sorvino, the other guy?
Nope. Sorvino was what, seasons 2 and 3, I think?
I think so, yeah.
And then Orbach comes in. Yeah, no, there was a fat little dude. I want to say he had blonde hair, but it was mostly.
Yeah, he had
bald.
like the widow's peak, and he was really fat. Yeah, I liked him too, but I think the writing in the show picked up a little better when Jerry Orbach came in.
I even like some of the Sorvino ones, but yeah, Jerry Orbach was great.
Real fast. Thank you, Cryptic. Hello, cat meat, my old friend. Slimy meat is coming.
Alan, thank you for becoming a member for month number 14. God bless Monkey, God bless Jack, and God bless America. Amen, sir.
Thank you.
Keep your slimy meat to yourself.
I will also end the government policy of trying to socially engineer race and gender into every aspect of public and private life.
Thank you. Again, another thing to be signed today.
Nice.
We really should be
We will
watching
forge
that.
a society that is colorblind and merit-based.
Yes. Yep, he signed an executive order based on this as well.
As of today, it will henceforth be the official policy of the United States government that there are only 2 genders, male and female.
There's a lot of unhappy women with penises in that crowd. Just saying.
This week, I will reinstate any service members who were unjustly expelled from our military for objecting to the COVID vaccine mandate with
There you go.
full back pay.
There you go. Wow. Like nobody in this little crowd is standing now.
And I will sign an order to stop our warriors from being subjected to radical political theories and social experiments while on duty. It's going to end immediately.
The one problem I have with that, Jack, I get what he's going for there, and that's great. But some of these guys have been out of the service for a while. I wonder how many of them are physically fit to go back in.
They better start doing sit-ups.
They're going to end up on the Fat Boy program.
That's
which
right.
You're not allowed to even call it that anymore. It might make a fat guy feel sad about himself.
Our
Too bad.
armed forces will
You shouldn't be fat. Get up, boy.
Yeah. Go do some sit-ups. I'm fat. Deal with it. It's life. Now get over there and do some squats, fatty.
One of my foster sisters married a guy in the Navy, and he almost got kicked out. He was on the Fat Boy program so many times. Whoopsie. He's in the Navy. They didn't need to be that fit.
Hey, you can't be fat and be in the Navy. You won't fit through those portholes. You know, when you're running down the aisle, stepping over the thing, trying to get through the little doorways, they're not that big. I'm a big dude. I had to really duck to get under one when I did a tour of a ship. I can't imagine being a fat guy. Everybody else squish up there like the Three Stooges because he's blocking up the door.
Those doors are pretty wide. I've been on a few ships in my life.
Yeah, but I mean,
you get a pretty fat guy on there.
The only benefit would be that if the ship's sinking, he can stop the flow of water coming in.
Yeah, you use him as a plug.
Yeah, like Curly, get over there and block the door.
Cryptic, thank you. Sir, in Asia, we eat an animal from head to toe to include the balls. Judge us harshly, forgive me, for I have sinned. Don't eat the balls, man. I don't think you're supposed to eat the balls.
That's disturbing, dude.
Will be free to focus on their sole mission, defeating America's enemies.
Thought in the Navy they didn't call him fat, they called him buoyant. No, they actually, I get your joke there, but the term literally was the Fat Boy program. It's the unofficial term, but it's what everybody called it.
If you're really good, do you get on the Big Boy program where they take you out to eat at Big Boy?
No. You're not allowed. No.
Oh, that's not fair.
They make you run a lot.
No. If you're well behaved and you do something right, you should get a reward from the fine dining establishment of Big Boy.
Fat sailors double up as life preservers.
Although they probably always get the top bunk.
You do not want the fat guy on the top bunk. What if it collapses?
Oh, well, that's the risk you take. That's how it always ends up. The fat guy that snores a lot, top bunk.
Thank you, Cryptic, who says, to the wall. Speaking of the wall, AOC was flapping her dick liquor today.
Oh, of course she was.
Yeah.
She's so dumb.
I just have this feeling that they're going to primary her.
I don't know. I mean, it's going to be kind of hard. She's in a weird little district.
They could kick him out real quick. It is a district that no matter who they put in there, it's going to hold their seat, so they don't have to worry about that.
That's true.
Nancy Pelosi and Chuck Schumer are two petty little bitches.
That's very, very accurate.
And she knocked out Crowley, who, if she hadn't done it, might have ended up next in line for speaker. He was number 3 in the House when she did that shit.
Well, he should have campaigned at home. That was kind of his own fault.
I mean, kind of, but AOC's popularity wasn't because of anything she said or did. It was because she was Hollywood produced.
She had fun bags.
And it literally was an audition, guys. That they've even said that's what they've termed it, is an audition. And she's getting real close to that wall, and I hear less and less people talking about how attractive she is because people are noticing looks like a donkey. The one thing you had going for you, your street cred with the kids, everybody knows the kids don't vote. You don't get the news that you used to get because you're a retard. What do you have to offer? They can put in somebody that's loyal to the establishment, Jack, instead of pretending not to be for a little while.
Yeah.
But anyway.
Oh, hang on. Thank you, Johnny Hellcat. Okay, tons of fun. Stop eating directly out of the pizza box and get those 2 nubs that you call legs on the exercise bike.
That's right. Get up there, boy.
I would love to be like one of those military guys that gets drill sergeants.
Drill sergeant?
Yeah. I'd be the most out of shape, disgusting looking one, but I like yelling at dumb people. So I'm pretty good at that. I'd probably get shot like Arlie Ermy did in the that one movie. Full Metal Jacket.
Drill sergeants today aren't like they were in the 60s, or even like you see what's his name, Louis Gossett Jr. do in the 80s in An Officer and a Gentleman. They have to be a lot nicer these days.
Yeah, that's why everybody's fat and stupid.
Well, you don't want to make the girls cry,
Sounds like not my problem.
right?
Like in 2017, we will again build the strongest military the world has ever seen. We will measure our
Beautiful.
success not only by the battles we win, but also by the wars that we end, and perhaps most importantly, the wars we never get into.
There you go. Speak softly, but carry a big stick. Remember that?
Yeah.
Don't make me hit you with my stick. You see how big it is?
My button works.
My proudest legacy will be that of a peacemaker and unifier. That's what I want to be, a peacemaker and a unifier. I'm pleased to say that as of yesterday, one day...
Real quick, they can't let him be a unifier, because that was Barack Obama's tag, and then it was Joe's tag, and then it was Kamala's tag. If he pulls that off, Democrats might actually need to be put on suicide watch.
Oh my God, yeah.
Before I assumed office, the hostages in the Middle East are coming back home to their families.
Yep. And Biden can't. Oh, look, they finally got him to clap.
Oh, what's going on? Do I get up here? So that's what I get up for? Is it my turn to speak? Is the poop running down my leg? Kamala, is the poop running down my leg?
Thank you. America will reclaim its...
I like that he got Joe to stand up for him, for Trump basically saying, I brought the hostages home.
Right? I did what you
Rightful
couldn't,
place
Sleepy
as the-
Joe.
Yeah. And there's no denying that, because that deal didn't happen for a year under Biden.
Hey, Joe, I'm not going to strike any aid workers in retribution either.
the greatest, most powerful, most respected nation on earth,
I forgot why we were watching this.
inspiring the awe and admiration of the entire world. A short time from now, we are going to be changing the name of the Gulf of Mexico to the Gulf of America.
I missed this.
How did you miss this?
I was doing like 90 things at once.
Oh, this is one of the... I laughed my ass off.
Shit.
This speech, I'm telling you, I could not get more erect.
Changing the name of the Gulf of Mexico to the Gulf of America, and we will restore the name of a great president, William McKinley, to Mount McKinley, where it should be and where it belongs.
Oof. Oof.
Oh, yeah. Fuck you, Barack.
President McKinley made our country very rich through tariffs and through talent. He was a natural businessman and gave Teddy Roosevelt the money for many of the great things he did, including the Panama Canal, which has foolishly been given to the country of Panama after the United States. The United States, I mean, think of this, spent more money than ever spent on a project before and lost 38,000 lives in the building of the Panama Canal. We have been treated very badly from this foolish gift that should have never been made.
Can we just take a moment to talk about the fact he's now taking a slap at a dead man who was just celebrated in that building last week?
Yeah, it's pretty awesome. He's right, though.
He's not wrong at all.
No, it never should have been given over to the Panamanians.
Hell no.
It's a national security risk.
What he's saying is absolutely true, but he's doing this like literally just a couple of days after they were celebrating Carter there. And there was the big hubbub because Biden and them were upset because the flag has to stay at half mast for the next, half staff. I'm a Navy brat, guys. Half mast is how we say it. For the next month, I don't know why. But the inauguration falls in there, and Trump's like, "Fuck no, we're gonna have that all the way up." And he signed an executive order tonight, Jack, that mandates that no matter what's going on, that on inauguration day, the flag will be flown at full staff.
As it should be. You're
As it should
supposed
be.
to be celebrating the new president. It's insulting to have it at half staff.
Yep.
And Panama.
I was probably in my 20s when I realized not everybody says half mast. That is a distinctly naval term.
I always heard it as half mast when I was in Boy Scouts, and that's usually what I say. I kind of go back and forth, but yeah, I get you.
It's not my fault. I was raised this way.
Panama's promise to us has been broken. The purpose of our deal and the spirit of our treaty has been totally violated. American ships are being severely overcharged and not treated fairly in any way, shape, or form. And that
you know what else he did?
includes the United States.
He signed an executive order removing us from the World Health Organization.
Yeah, I saw that. And he's basically saying Panama's going to hand over the canal or we're going to invade you.
Yep. It's in the deal that gave it to him.
Yeah. And fuck Panama. Screw
Yeah,
them. They've been fucking us over since they got it back. Real quick, though, I got a thing here. Thank you, Cryptic. I was an ass as a sergeant in the Marine Corps. I made a private do a Chinese field day using a toothbrush because the fat nugget jerk off during field day, and I caught him in the middle of it.
Huh.
Fun times being daddy to people older than me. Wow.
Ranting Monkey, who the hell are you? I'm Ranting Monkey. You just said my name.
Yeah, I didn't. It's kind of in the name.
States Navy. And above all, China is operating the Panama Canal, and we didn't give it to China. We gave it to Panama, and we're taking it back.
Yeah. Hey, Georgie clapped for that one too.
Above all, my message.
Just said the president of Panama said he won't give the canal up. What are they going to do about it? Be like, try it, bitch. You don't have an army.
We send down the Navy, they will give it back.
Oh, yeah, they would have no choice. Panama is not a big country, and their army's a fucking joke. Seriously, one destroyer, and they're going to fold like a card table.
Yeah, the reason the canal goes through there is because of how small it is.
Yeah, it was. I mean, we had so many people die of malaria that would almost equal their population, I think.
You know, if they won't give it back to us, I say fuck it. We just dig a trench all the way across America at the southern border. That could do the same thing.
That.
Yeah.
Yeah, the entire population of Panama is 4.5 million people. We could take that out with what, a couple of one fleet.
Oh, bro, don't be spamming. It's fine to be over there and talking, but no spam. All right. Anyway. Oh, I wanted to pause here just to look at Miss Pissy. Even Biden, at least, he's like, I got that weird I shit myself smile on.
I'm telling you, he totally pooped himself.
And even Hillary is back here smiling when she's talking to whoever she's leaning across George's lap for.
Oh, that's probably Laura Bush there.
No, she's back. She's clearly not talking to her. She's like, nah, I ain't talking to this bitch. So whoever's sitting right there, you can kind of see their face.
Maybe she's like, you're going to be number 66.
She's like, I'm unsullied by Bill, unlike most of the women in this town. Oh, I make myself laugh. Fuck off. Anyway, yeah, but look at her. She's staying. Even her woman beating man has kind of a smile on his face.
Well, like the memes say, Kamala did tweet out that Doug gets to sleep with the president on inauguration night. So,
well, what she said, it's even weirder than what people say, because she said that on January 20th, he'll get to sleep with the next president.
Yeah.
Which would be the person after Trump. So
I think she meant herself.
I know what she meant, but she said it really stupid.
Well, she's not a smart person, and she was probably sauced up at the time.
What she should have wrote is, on January 20th, you'll get to sleep with the president.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah.
Maybe she meant her vice president, Tim Walz.
Maybe. I just love how pissy she's remaining. She is forcing herself to be this pissy.
You almost have to at that point. Like, she should have come to terms with this by now. You've had a couple of months. Come on, get over it. You don't have to like it, but don't be a baby.
Dangerous, we're good, but I appreciate the offer, bud. Anyway. Above all, my message to Americans today is that it is time for us to once again act with courage, vigor, and the vitality of history's greatest civilization. So as we liberate our nation, we will lead it to new... I'm sure he's saying something important. Monk, did you look at any of those videos with conspiracy theorists saying Trump wouldn't be sworn in today? I haven't got to see any of them. That one chick that Barring's been following, I really want to see what she has to say.
Oh, I'm sure they're all losing their shit. But I loved watching those. No, they're really good at swearing, Kamala. You don't understand.
Yeah.
No, you're like sovereign citizens, okay? You're delusional. You have no idea how any of this stuff works.
New heights of victory and success. We will not be deterred. Together we will end the chronic disease epidemic and keep our children safe, healthy, and disease-free. The United States will once again consider itself a growing nation.
When you're talking about keeping our kids disease-free, does that include STD tests for teachers?
They do like to touch the kids, it seems.
Asking for a generation.
One that increases our wealth, expands our territory, builds our cities, raises our expectations, and carries...
I love that he said that, and he's been slipping that in. I mean, he's mentioned the Greenland thing and stuff, but he keeps talking about expanding American territory.
Yeah.
That is some funny shit that, especially in 2025, you do not expect an American politician to talk about.
No, but you know what the Dutch said the other day? The Dutch prime minister came out and said that it's up to Greenland what they do.
Cool.
So, because Greenland's been real pissed at the Dutch, apparently. I did some reading on this. And the people that live in Greenland feel like the Dutch are ignoring them.
Yeah.
And treating them kind of shitty. So we might actually acquire Greenland. And that would be so fucking cool.
It would be. But I think they'll probably become their own state. And I don't mean like an American state, but their own country. And then like just be really, really good friends with us.
No, we need to take them on as a territory and then slowly sneak them into statehood.
Take them in as a territory and treat them like Puerto Rico. We'll take stuff
treat them better. Well, no, we'll treat them like a good territory. They have resources.
Our flag into new and beautiful horizons. And we will pursue our manifest destiny into the stars, launching American astronauts.
He just mentioned manifest destiny.
The stars and stripes.
Yeah, but he said it about going to
Mars.
space, so it's okay.
But since when do they care what his usage?
That's a good point.
Fuck it, I say we take Mexico too and fix that place.
Or at least burn it to the ground.
Canada's a lost cause. Sorry, Canada. Elon is way too happy about going to the space thing here. I feel like he's been hanging out with Joe Rogan before the show.
Ambition is the lifeblood of a great nation.
Wait a second.
Ambition.
Oh. I was confused because I saw the Jew over here, but he didn't have the curlies. He's not a Jew. He just dresses like one. Okay. All right. My bad. My bad.
Is the lifeblood of a great.
Nothing wrong with Jews. Just, when you see the really hardcore, what's the term for them?
Us,
The Hasidic Jews?
The Hasidics, yeah.
Yeah. The ones that wear the little curly Q thing down their face. By the way, guys, that makes y'all look gay.
Yeah, it's not a good look. That's why they're angry all the time.
Maybe.
I don't know.
I don't know what I've never read the Torah or anything, so I'm not sure what tradition it is that says you have to look like a dumbass to be a Jew.
No, the Torah is just the first 5 books of the Bible.
Yeah. Is it? I thought there was more to it.
There's like some traditions and apocrypha that go with it. But yeah, the Torah itself, I think, is just the first 5 books. I'm not
meaning to be mean, but seriously, you guys need to update your look because Jews have 2 looks, Jack. They have the hat with the curly Qs and the weird beards, or the Jew beanie. And I feel like God would let you guys update that a little bit.
I think if they add a throwing star on the beanie, it would be fine.
It could be a throwing star of David.
Yeah, exactly. Or put like a cracker in there or something, like a little snack.
I don't know why you want to look like you have male pattern baldness is what I'm getting at.
I don't know. Maybe it's warm.
Maybe.
Because a lot of Jewish people I know are bald, at least in some regard. So maybe it keeps the bald spot warm.
Yeah, I bet you there'd be a lot less bald Jewish people if they stopped wearing a hat on their head all the time.
And there'd be less anti-Semitism if they had throwing stars in those things.
Absolutely. It's a win-win.
Yeah. I would also recommend a matching belt that has like knives in it. So you could go full like Jewish ninja.
I really would like to know the reason why they dress like that, the Orthodox Jews.
I don't know. It's probably to distinguish themselves from other tribes. That sort of thing.
Well, like the Amish, they wear that weird beard of theirs because they get married.
Yeah.
So I get it's stupid, but I get where the tradition comes from. The Jew beanie has something to do with God reading your thoughts or something. It's like the original tinfoil hat or something.
Oh.
But I don't understand the curly Q thing. I've never looked into it. I'll have to look.
I don't know. Do they have to have curling irons for that, or is that natural?
I think they use a curling iron.
Huh.
My one Jewish follower, can you explain that to me?
Do we have any Jewish followers?
I don't know. I honestly don't. For the record, I don't hate Jew people. I just think the Jew people, did I say that?
Yes, you did.
I don't hate Jew people.
I don't hate Jew people. You're either from New York or you said something cruel. I don't know.
I have nothing against Jewish people, but some of your traditions, like any traditions, do make me curious.
Great nation. And right now, our nation is more.
We're getting canceled now.
It's just I'm a hitchhiker.
Ambitious
on the side of the road.
Than any other. There's no nation.
You're
like
platforming me.
Americans are explorers, builders, innovators, entrepreneurs, and pioneers.
Used to be.
The spirit of the frontier is written into our hearts.
Used to be.
The call of the next great adventure resounds from within our souls. Our American ancestors turned a small group of colonies on the edge of a vast continent into a mighty republic of the most extraordinary citizens on earth. No one comes close. Americans pushed thousands of miles through a rugged land of untamed wilderness. They crossed deserts, scaled mountains, braved untold dangers, won the Wild West, ended slavery, rescued millions from tyranny, lifted billions from poverty, harnessed electricity, split the atom, launched mankind into the heavens, and put the universe of human knowledge into the palm of the human hand. If we work together, there is nothing we cannot do and no dream we cannot achieve. Many people thought it was impossible for me to stage such a historic political comeback But as you see today, here I am. The American people have spoken.
Oh, okay. I do need to critique a little bit because that part where he lists off all the things America done, that's beautiful. That was fucking well done. But then to bring it back to, and y'all didn't think I could win, did you, bitches? It kind of kills the moment a little bit. Just a little bit.
I get what you're saying, but he's not wrong.
He's not wrong. He's not wrong. There just should have been a space in between there somewhere with something else, you know? Just saying.
I see what you're getting at.
But the part where he listed off American accomplishments, other than launching man into the heavens, because technically the Russians did that first, the Soviets actually. But we did land them on the moon first.
Yeah, we did it better.
We did. We used the Nazis
I
way
stand
better than
before
they
you
did.
now as proof that you should never believe that something is impossible to do. In America, the impossible is what we do best.
There you go. That's the bright line to finish the rest of that.
Yeah.
He should have
From
cut
New
out that
York
one
to Los
line. It
Angeles.
just been with
From
like the me standing here before you proves there's nothing impossible.
Philadelphia to Phoenix, from Chicago to Miami, from Houston to right here in Washington, D.C., our country was forged and built by the generations of patriots who gave everything they had for our rights and for our freedom. They were farmers and soldiers, cowboys and factory workers, steel workers and coal miners, police officers and pioneers who pushed onward, marched forward, and let no obstacle defeat their spirit or their pride. Together, they laid down the railroads, raised up the skyscrapers,
Well, in
built
fairness, the
great
Chinese laid down the
highways,
railroads.
won 2 world wars, defeated fascism and communism, and triumphed over every single challenge that they faced. After all, we have been
We kicked the shit out of some monarchs too. I just want to throw that in there.
Yeah.
Fuck
Suck
them
it,
too.
King of England.
through together. We stand on the verge of the 4 greatest years in American history. With your help, we will restore America, promise, and we
See ya,
will
Angry.
rebuild the nation that we love, and we
Later.
love it so much.
What's that?
We are one people, one family, and one glorious
Oh.
nation under God.
I already
So
told
to
these
every
people to
parent
watch it
who
themselves if they
dreams
want to
for
see
their
what's going
child,
on.
And every child who dreams for their future, I am with
Somebody
you.
had the nerve to tell
I
me
will
not to
fight
pause.
for you, and I will win for you. We're going to win like never before.
Well, figure out what's more annoying. Us talking over somebody or every frame of pause.
Can do it one way or the. I can do them both.
Yeah.
I did want to point out that Marco Rubio is being confirmed. And
Yeah, I heard that.
Adam Schiff tweeted out that he voted for him because he's qualified to do the job of Secretary of State.
Please don't come after me, Mr. Trump.
And I tweeted at Adam, "That's right, bitch. Do Trump's bidding, because that's who I am."
And that's okay.
Thank you.
Yeah. Why isn't this asshole? You should be standing right now. That's a Biden joke.
Thank you.
Come on, get up there.
I don't even know what they're clapping for. I wasn't listening.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
In recent years, our nation has suffered greatly, but we are going to bring it back and make it great again, greater than ever before. We will be a nation like no other, full of compassion, courage, and exceptionalism. Our power will stop all wars and bring a new spirit of unity to a world that has been angry, violent, and totally unpredictable.
He's not wrong. Thank you, Subearth. Now they try to give the Soviets the majority credit since they reached Germany. We changed the tide, and we did it without tossing our own officers. I don't think World War II gets won with what both the U.S. and the Soviets were doing, and it doesn't get won without what without what Britain does for so long, basically by itself.
Well, one thing I learned from years of Starfleet battles is it's hard to take a space station, and that translates well to combat on an island. If you have a determined population, it's really difficult to take an island. That's one of the reasons we didn't go into Japan, because they saw how tough it was to beat the British. You're gonna have we firebombed Tokyo so much. The British were very resilient. They started building underground work areas. So if the British had it held out as long as they did and made the Nazis waste a lot of resources, probably 1-1.
No. And I'm not taking anything away from us by saying that the Soviets definitely had a large hand in winning that war.
Well, the Soviets needed a lot of our material too. We gave them a lot of stuff. What was the name of that plan? Not the Marshall Plan, but we gave the Soviets a shit ton of like tanks and equipment.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. If you hadn't asked me, I probably would have known it.
Yeah, sorry.
No, you're fine. But yeah, the problem is, look, the Soviets were still shitbags. They were just shitbags on our side.
Yeah, and they would just throw wave after wave of people. They just overwhelmed them with numbers. Look at Stalingrad.
I think Germany beats Russia if they don't have to deal with us. I think they could, if not beat us, definitely hold out for a long time, a lot longer than they did without the Soviets. Yeah.
It was a group effort. I think our industrial capacity, especially because we were so far away from Europe, our ability to churn stuff out just constantly is what really won the war.
True.
Because even with the Soviets just fighting the Germans on one front, they didn't have the equipment to hold out for very long.
No, famously, the Russians were sent out without arms, like just pick up one from a dead guy.
Yeah. Yeah, they were just literally throwing people at them.
Yeah. I think, I honestly do think Russia would have fallen if they didn't have to worry about the Western Front.
Yeah, as soon as a warm spring came around and the Nazis got real motivated, if they didn't have to deal with us, they would have marched right in.
Lend-Lease, thank you.
Lend-Lease, yes, thank you.
America
I'm
will
all
be
over the place with my memory today.
Respected again and admired again.
Yeah.
Including by people of religion, faith, and goodwill. We will be prosperous. We will be proud. We will be strong, and we will win like never before. We will not be conquered. We will not be intimidated. We will not be broken, and we will not fail. From this day on, the United States of America will be a free, sovereign, and independent nation. We will stand bravely. We will live proudly. We will dream boldly, and nothing will stand in our way because we are Americans. The future is ours, and our golden age has just begun. Thank you. God bless America. Thank you all. Thank you.
Anyone else here Karen Carpenter right now? We've only just begun.
My wife loves the Carpenters, but she's so high-pitched.
I love the Carpenters. My mom was a big fan. She was so brokenhearted when Karen Carpenter died.
I don't want to watch the other Trump speech. I do want to talk about the end of it, though. Did you see this shit?
I don't think so.
This is at the Capital One Arena.
Oh, where they were interrupted by the commies?
Yeah, what the fuck is with this communist propaganda shit?
I don't know.
I saw that. Look, I get it. You're Republican, so you got to do the red thing. All right. It's America, so you got to have the stars. Fine. Why is it yellow?
For the hammer and sickle.
What fucking douchebag did this? Anyhow. Get some white and blue on there. I know, right? No, that is just communist. That's China colors.
Yeah.
Chinese New Year, I guess. I don't know.
Stop China-ing it up.
It's fucked up. I didn't like it. I didn't like this when I saw it. Was there anything else I really, really wanted to watch? I mean, we watched. This is the part where he's signing all the executive orders in the Oval Office. They've already redecorated the Oval Office, took down some of the pictures Biden had up and put up presidential pictures again.
Yeah. Well, I think that's a good thing. Biden should be completely out of the White House before Trump ever sets foot in it.
Yeah,
So,
and he was. Oh, that's the part I did want to watch. I wonder if I can find it just skimming through here real fast. When not Obama, Biden actually leaves.
did the Easter Bunny help him to the car?
Not that part. Oh, it's back here. No, that's from before his speech. It was after his speech. I don't know. This is a long ass stream. They just left it running for like 9 hours, Jack. It's hard to find stuff in here. But
especially stuff that's like 2 minutes long. It's a 9-hour stream.
Yeah, it's a really, really short part where Trump and Vance walk the president and vice president out, and Kamala has to get into a car, and then Joe gets to go on Marine One last time.
Wee!
Wee!
I'm going on a helicopter ride, mommy.
And now they have to clean it and get the fecal matter out of there so it can be used again. But yeah, it was. I enjoyed watching Kamala leave because she looked pissy the whole time, man.
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
All right, again, if you guys want to watch the speech, I would look it up. It is a good speech. And seriously, there were so many backhanded slaps at. I wouldn't even call them backhanded. They're front-handed. He's just bitch slapping Joe. Should have just let him be an asshole to him. Do it the right way is what I'm saying. All right, let's start talking about some of the other shit that was going on in regards to this today. Jack, I want to show you something that made me very happy. This is a wall in the Pentagon. See that big empty space there that looks like it's got room for a, I don't know, portrait like hanging on the other two walls here?
Yeah.
There used to be a portrait there. It was taken down today right after the inauguration. It was a picture of General Milley.
Who got a pardon today, by the way.
He did. Him, Fauci, all of Biden's family.
Yep.
Uncle Boosie got one for being eaten by cannibals. I just loved that they were like, fuck him, and took his picture down. That's some funny shit.
I think his name was Bosie because
Bosie. I don't care.
That's boy pussy.
It really is. I don't care about that one. All right, Jack, will you talk to the people for a minute? I need to run to the restroom before we get into the rest of this.
Sure. What's up, sexy people? Excuse me. I got a little bit of a sinus thing developing. So you guys doing okay out there in Chatland? Let's see what you're up to. The British gave the USSR Canadian-built Valentine's tanks under a Lend-Lease Act. Britain has mostly replaced Valentine's strategically, and the Russians love them. Yeah, that wouldn't surprise me. That's probably state-of-the-art for Russia. White Rage took it away. Hey, Brick on a string. Hey, Lester. Here we are now. Entertain us. I loved Nosferatu, St. Fugi. Especially the two booby scenes. Yes, Megatron has taken a pee break, so I am in command. Must be hard to walk around with that full chub you've had all day. It was, but I sit a lot, so that's why I'm fat. Well, thank you, Spud. Yeah, I love chat. I'm one of you people. One of you chat people. Yeah, the pressure's on. Can you handle it? No, I can't. I thought Nosferatu was probably the best movie I've seen all year. It was very much sticking to the theme of the original. The 70s remake, a lot of elements were there, and they added a lot of characterization and made it different enough from Bram Stoker's Dracula to make it its own thing. Oh, congratulations, Ebony. I'm glad you're driving. Weekend at Bernie's 2? I did a long time ago.
Oh, I've seen Weekend at Bernie's too. It wasn't good.
No, the first one was better. They shouldn't have had a second one.
All right, let's see. Which one do I want to do first? let's do this one. We're going to now delve into how the news was covering this, Jack. Because these guys are shitbags, and I keep reminding our audience, these are the bad people. Okay? This is, I believe, CNN covering the inauguration.
Guys, I have to say, I'm looking at this crowd. I do not see many people of color.
Sorry, that is clearly Joy Reid. This is MSNBC.
Ugh.
Does anybody else besides me observe that? I'm fascinated by why that is.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. This is CBS. It says at the bottom. That's Gayle King. That's why I know that voice.
And,
My wife watches the CBS morning thing, and I hear her voice way too often.
okay, let me tell you something, Monkey. Joy Reid and Gayle King, same person.
Basically.
You guys, I have to say, I'm looking at this crowd. I do not see many people of color. Does anybody else besides me observe that? I'm fascinated by why that is.
That's funny. I've pointed that out at many Biden things, and the news never notices.
I could explain this right away. Black people and people of color minorities are a very small percentage of the U.S. population. The majority of people, 65% roughly, are white.
Yeah.
So statistically, you're not going to see a lot of people of color because if you're looking at equity, there would only be a smaller percentage of people of color in there.
Yeah. If there's 100 people in the room, 12 of them would be black.
Yeah.
And only 6 of them would be black men. Well, actually, about 5 black men and 7 black women. Anyway.
On Martin Luther King Jr. Day, the most notable and one of the most high-ranking is Justice Ketanji Brown Jackson.
They don't have enough black people here for Martin Luther King Day.
Are we supposed to elect one just for Martin Luther King Day? And why didn't you mention Clarence Thomas?
You're supposed to, I know, right? This is the racist shit they pull. There's not enough color in there. He's got an Indian dude up on the stage with him.
Hate fact.
I'm just saying.
Well, that makes him Asian, which is white adjacent.
True. I hear Vivek Ramaswamy is often called a honky.
Yes. He is known in some circles as Mr. Cracker.
Mr. Cracker. All right. Now we got to talk about the Elon thing because this is some stupid shit. But now this one's CNN, right? Yeah, this is CNN.
I really thought this video was fake.
No, it is real.
I didn't hear the audio on it, and in context, it makes total sense.
Thank you, Tansao. If there were, she'd call them something short of raccoon. Yeah. Look at him, Uncle Tom's down there.
Yeah. No, I think she'd say the C word. I don't think she'd call him Uncle Tom's.
We can say she'd call him coons.
Oh, absolutely, she would.
They love that term.
Yeah, which is disgusting because that's a slur. Not even a nice one.
It's the way
not like
they
a
get
friendly slur. Like somebody calls me white bread.
It's the way they get away with saying the N-word without saying the N-word.
Yeah.
Or my absolute favorite, the Oreo. He's black on the outside but white on the inside. Like, do you realize how fucking racist that is?
Right?
The only person like that is Barack Obama, and that's because his mom was white. I mean, actually is white inside and outside. They never talk about the white part of Obama.
No, they don't want to admit that he's partly white.
Mm-mm. That's how racist the Democrats are. In order to elect a black man, he had to be half white. I love that.
They hate white people on in their verbiage, but they hate black people in their actions.
Thank you, Cybertaz. There'd only be 3 black men rest or in jail. Yeah, because of Hillary sitting up there. All right. Where are we? No, St. Fugi, this is a ranting monkey. What did I say?
Ranch monkey.
Oh, I am a ranch monkey too. I love me some ranch. Anyway, so Elon is already the part has already happened. Elon's giving a speech. This is at the arena there that Trump speaks at later. And he's Well, I don't remember if this clip shows exactly what he does. If they don't, I will explain it again.
He is a hero. He is a hero to them. I just want to look at that salute that he gave again.
Oh,
just if anybody
that's
missed
quiet
it.
as fuck.
I know. She's saying, I want to look at that salute he gave again.
We'll just show it again.
We'll show it again.
Here you can hear there.
Now, that was dirty what they just did.
Yeah, because they edited half of it out.
Yeah, because what he does when he turns around here, hang on. When you can see him turning, he turns all the way around and does the exact same motion to the crowd behind him. And then he comes to the podium and says, my heart goes out to you guys. That's what he was doing. I don't know if you noticed, but his hand is kind of in a claw.
Yeah.
If you catch it just right, it's look. But he's giving his heart away to the people.
Yeah,
Like,
he's throwing his heart outward. It's kind of a weird gesture, but of course, to a bunch of rabid leftists that see Nazis everywhere. Oh, he's a Nazi.
meanwhile, all the times the Democrats have done it, and this has been blowing up on Twitter, all the times they do it, the news has nothing to say.
All right, so we just showed that. We just showed that. Right. Salute. It was quick.
We just showed that salute. It's like CNN wants to get sued.
Oh, they're not smart. Their anchors see Nazis behind every bush. They probably legitimately thought that was a Nazi salute because they're that dumb. And they apparently learned nothing from the Jake Tapper incident. And they can't control themselves.
Well, that's the next one I want to find the Tapper clip because I've got fucking Billy Ray Cyrus. I got to stop seeing that. It's killing me. Did you see that, Jack?
No. What'd Billy Ray do?
He came out to entertain the crowd, and it's entertaining, but not the way you want it to be. You know what? Fuck, I found where I want. Hang on. I'm just going to bring up a picture of Billy Ray for you, Jack.
He's a super nice guy, by the way.
I'm sure he is, but this is him tonight at the Liberty Ball. And he's already taking off his stocking hat that he had underneath his cowboy hat.
Yeah. He's going for the homeless chic look.
Right? But yeah, he had a rough night out there. It was hard to watch. It really was.
Sorry to hear that. Well, like I said, he's a super nice guy, so
I'm not making any aspersions about his character as a person. I'm just saying that tonight was a train wreck for him.
Yeah. Well, he's got an achy breaky heart.
He sang that a cappella.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
I'll have to look that up later.
Not very well. It was bad. It was real bad.
Real
Anyway,
quick. Thank you, S. Cybertaz. Can't be Nacho Monkey. They stopped him at the border. Sorry. Monkey? Is that him or me?
My sound went out again. Sorry, guys. Before we watch this, I just want to remind you that last week, Jake Tapper, he wasn't directly implicated. Well, he was, but not sued. But a clip that showed up on his program got CNN sued, and they lost. And before it could get to the punitive stage, they went, yeah, we're fucked, so we'll settle this out of court now.
We got to cut the bleeding off.
So
I
want you to keep in mind that the guy who's about to be speaking, his show just lost his company millions of dollars for defamation, lying about somebody.
What did he end up with? 22 million?
I last I saw, they hadn't released the terms.
Okay.
The court had already granted him 5 million. So
5 million, yeah. And everybody's guessing it was around 20, right?
My guess would be 25 at least.
Okay. Yeah, that's pretty good. Pretty good.
All right. Take it away, Jake.
Yeah, if I could just, before I throw it to Anderson, just bring back that photograph of the Tech Bros inside St. John's Church. It's just one other thing I want to show. So we see Mark Zuckerberg on the left there with the curly hair, CEO of Meta. Tim Cook, his face is black, but he has the white hair, CEO of Apple. Jeff Bezos on the right there, the bald gentleman looking to his right, CEO of Amazon. The gentleman.
He doesn't even mention the dude back here.
Is that the YouTube guy?
Yeah. I can't pronounce his name or I'd say it.
Yeah, I don't think Jake Tapper could either.
Punjabi or whatever it is.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Behind Mark Zuckerberg is Sundar Pichai.
Oh, there he goes.
He's the CEO of Google. And Anderson, between those four people, plus Elon Musk from Twitter or X, those five people that I just mentioned, the four in the photograph and also Elon Musk, control so much of the information that we receive.
Which wasn't a problem for them last year.
Well, then it was in their favor, but now mean old Mr. Trump is in there, and the fascism.
For the record, the guys that are here in that picture, and Elon Musk is the only new one to this group for the last, 10, 12, whatever, whenever Bezos bought out Amazon.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Punjabi back there, whatever the fuck his name is, he's been there for a long time. Zuckerberg's always been at Facebook. Cook has been at Apple for, God, since the weird guy died.
Yeah, it's a decade and a half.
Yeah. But suddenly it's a problem.
So much is in their hands when it comes to ascertaining, monitoring, or refusing to monitor what is real, what is not real. And we're about to enter an era of deep fakes and all sorts of misinformation.
This motherfucker just got his network sued for defamation. And he's got the nerve to say we're about to enter a whole new era of deep fakes and misinformation. Now, if he was talking about CNN, I'd believe him. But he even takes a shot at Zuckerberg there because he says to monitor or not monitor information. Because Zuckerberg, once again, guys, Zuckerberg didn't say there'd be no moderation. He said they weren't doing the fact checkers anymore because they're a whole bunch of leftist shitbags. Instead, they're going the X route over there at Meta with community notes.
Did you see the picture of what they're all looking at?
No, why?
Oh my God. Oh, that's very important, Monkey. Adds a lot of context. Third link.
Oh. No, I hadn't seen that. This is Jeff Bezos's hoe that he brought.
I thought it was Christy Nome.
No.
But apparently it's Jeff Bezos' new special lady friend.
Yeah.
And they're all looking at her boobies.
Don't worry. She likes him because of his personality.
His really big wallet.
His wallet is nicknamed personality.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's how the press has been spinning this. Like, it's too white, and Elon gave a Nazi salute, and these tech bros are going to control the information. It's all going to be wrong. It's going to be a long 4 years.
It's going to be a hilarious 4 years. I am so not tired of winning yet.
Well, the funny part about it to me is that I'm not seeing the backlash. The press is trying desperately to make it happen. I'm just not really seeing it. Even the left on Twitter hasn't been that bad.
Yeah, I saw the counter protesters out there.
That shit was funny.
There weren't that many of them. And it was the usual big fat losers you always see.
It was a smaller crowd of big fat losers.
Yeah, it was much smaller. They did interrupt the stadium at one point, but it took security like a minute to get it under control. It was not the amazingly robust counter protest we saw in 2016. It was sad. Sad protesters.
Well, speaking of sad protest, did that get taken down? Oh no! Oh man, I wanted the people. Did you see the idiots that did their primal scream in, I think it was San Francisco?
Yeah, tards.
Like 14 of them, and they just go out there and they scream on a hill for some reason.
They're just weird, lonely chicks, man.
All right, now this comes to us from an account called, hang on a second, I got to find it again. Clip Keeper. The actual handle is D Gray Texas 45. I just want to give them credit because they put this together and we're about to watch it. So, Jack, we had the pardons today, right? Preemptive pardons, people who have not even been charged with a crime yet. Not even a hint of a specific crime that they would be charged with. But Joe Biden is like, we got to make sure that they don't go to jail for anything for the last decade.
Yeah.
Well, let's take a look at how the left was talking about preemptive pardons a mere 4 years ago.
Yeah.
Have you ever heard of somebody getting a preemptive pardon who was innocent of all crime? Who's just an innocent person? Have you ever heard of that? Just somebody getting a blanket pardon and they're an innocent person?
But no, it's.
So I guess they just admitted Anthony Fauci is a dirty, disgusting criminal.
Yeah. Yeah. It has been for a decade.
The president's own family.
Huh.
You mean like his brother, sister, in-laws, that kind of family?
It's people that have been covering up for the president in addition to his own family.
This is oddly specific to a president who recently left office, Jack.
Yeah, even though they weren't referencing that president.
Yeah, it's you know what? This is the simple truth about it. If the Democrats tell you that Trump is going to do something or Trump's going to do that, you can bet your sweet ass it's something that they're going to do.
Yeah. If they haven't done it already, they're planning on it.
And it comes from, this is how people think. And this is actually a psychological thing. Unless you understand that other people think differently than you, it's very easy to just think, well, everybody thinks that.
Yeah.
So these idiots, like with the Supreme Court decision about presidents breaking the law and stuff, what do they go to immediately? He's going to kill his enemies. That's them telling you what they will do if they get the chance. Because that's where their mind immediately goes, is we're going to kill our enemies.
Well, they're communists in most cases, so.
Is there an innocent explanation for someone to seek preemptive pardons for family members? Would you do that if you knew you were innocent and just worried about outside forces?
In fairness, we know for a fact that Hunter wasn't innocent. But when it comes to like Robert Biden, or is it Joseph? Not Joseph. It's what's his brother's name? Jimmy?
James
Biden. Sorry. There was no specific charge against him. So why are you preemptively pardoning your family if you did nothing wrong there, Joe boy?
The answer to that is going to be no. If you haven't done anything wrong, you sit there and go, what do you need a preemptive pardon for?
Lawfare.
This shit's starting to look real bad. I just want any of these assholes to be asked about this take now.
Oh, they're never going to address it because Biden's a good boy. He didn't do nothing wrong. He pardoned a bunch of heroes that Donald Trump was going to frame. He was going to go after him like his political enemies, like General Milley, who's a good boy.
If he pardons people preemptively, he's essentially telling the public that these people have committed crimes. And
this has not aged well at all. Not for the Democrats. And for the record, if I remember correctly, Trump did not pardon his kids. He didn't pardon Giuliani. He didn't pardon any of these people. They're like, he's going to do it, and that shows that they're guilty. And what happens? Joe Biden comes along and does exactly what they accused Trump of. And by their own logic, clearly those people are guilty.
Yeah. What else would they be doing it for? I mean, they must be guilty.
Thank you, Cybertaz. Like that cook who found Big Mike's Captain Winky.
Yeah. He had to be drowned, apparently. He saw too much.
We may not be aware of what they are, but the pardon is clear evidence that crimes have been committed.
No innocent until proven guilty at all. You're guilty. We just got to find the evidence.
I imagine if you decide to issue.
Well, in theory, you wouldn't need a pardon if you haven't done anything wrong. And frankly, we need to change the pardon thing to it has to be a specific thing. You can't just give a blanket pardon like this.
Yeah.
Nobody's ever done that shit before.
Well, like Evolved Potato brought up earlier, I think that a lot of these pardons are going to be challenged because Biden's non-compos mentis.
Trump talked about challenging them today because of the nature of them. Excuse me.
Yeah, they're blanket, non-specific pardons, and the president clearly was mentally incapacitated. So I think there might be some interesting Supreme Court decision on that eventually.
Understatement, thank you so much. Check your DMs for the screaming. I will do. Thank you. Yeah, because the president has the right to pardon crimes. You can't just there's nothing that suggests a blanket pardon like that.
Yeah, it says crimes, not like anything you may have done. How do we know one of these guys isn't a serial killer that had nothing to do with his political stuff?
These preemptive pardons, it will be cast in a way that he is protecting his family and protecting their reputations from, villainous exterior forces that are against him.
First off, we should just take a deep breath and acknowledge the audacity of a president who's so clearly concerned about his own criminal culpability.
Like Biden?
With the news today, I mean, I don't know how any of these people don't immediately come on the air and go, Joe Biden's a crook and all of his people should be in jail. He just told us that that they have a criminal organization.
Yeah, they absolutely. He just sounds like a mafia don, pardoning everybody in his family.
Yeah.
And that of his family members, that pardons are a major obsession with him.
The idea of a kind of prospective pardon, this sort of permanent federal get out of jail free card, that seems to be what we're talking about in the case of this, right? With Giuliani and his 3 eldest children who, as far as we know, have not been convicted of a crime. Maybe they've committed a lot and they don't want to face action. I don't know. It's weird. I wouldn't ask for a pardon. I don't think I deserve one because I don't think I've done anything criminal. But where does that come from?
Yeah. Other than looking like a more feminine Rachel Maddow, look, we don't need to watch the rest of this because it's just more of this shit. This is the problem that Democrats repeatedly get themselves into.
Yeah.
Where they say this shit because they believe in their party for reasons that will never be clear to me. And then reality sets in, and then the Democrats do exactly what they're accusing other people of, and suddenly there is nothing left to say about that stuff. All right. Massive thanks for getting this for me. This is the Screamy Scream. You know what I hear there?
A bunch of angry, lonely women.
Yeah, there's clearly okay, I don't want to say a dude, somebody that was born with a penis, but for the most, it is just high-pitched women scream.
Yeah, it's a lot of bitter, lonely cat ladies, or women with cucked husbands that, they nag constantly.
And why? I'm so tired of it. Look, I've seen this. This goes, my introduction to the primal scream shit goes all the way back to like the 80s because that's when it started happening. I don't get it. I need to go out there and yell. That'll make me feel like a person.
If that makes you feel like a person, your life is sad. Very, very sad.
Yeah, I yell when I have a reason to yell.
Yeah. Not just like, I don't like the president. Yeah.
It's just insanity, man. What else do we have? What was this one?
Hang on. Thank you, S. Cybertaz. Biden's brother got a pardon because he has an island place, just a short boat ride from Epstein Island. That would not surprise me at all. Like, at all. And thank you, Travis Gardner, who gave me a link to Trump dances with the sword, the YMCA.
Yeah, somebody told us right at the beginning of the show, somebody in chat mentioned that he was doing that. I just want to watch this part real quick. This is 4 minutes. We're not watching the whole thing. January 6th supporters jubilant outside DC jail as they await pardons. Yeah, he did sign the thing for 1,500 of them. There's still a few that they have not been pardoned. Ones that there were that violence was involved that they're still looking at.
Yeah.
But anyway.
Up front now is Jackson Reffitt. He turned his father, Guy Reffitt, into the FBI for participating in the insurrection. And Guy Reffitt is currently in prison, serving a 6.5-year sentence for rioting at the U.S. Capitol on January 6th. So
his dad did not go into the building. His dad got pepper sprayed and stayed back. And even though he was telling other people to go into the building, he stayed out. And they hit him with 4 charges, including being in an unauthorized place with a gun, because he had a gun on him. They finally found a gun. It was never pulled out or used or anything. And his bitch-ass son here turned him in.
Little traitor.
So obviously convicted and serving his sentence. Jackson, I appreciate your time. So here we are, and Trump is announcing pardons for January 6th defendants. That this could include your father, who's
absolutely does include his father, because his father wasn't violent that day.
Serving a 6-year sentence, a 6.5-year sentence as we speak. What's your reaction?
Why you look like a roadie for Cinderella?
Oh, he could be a roadie for a good band.
Well, I'm honestly flabbergasted that we've gotten to this point. I mean, I'm terrified. I don't know what I'm going to do.
You get disowned and have to move.
Yeah, because it does become clear as you watch this that he's still living at home.
Yeah, yeah.
And I hope to God his father kicks him out. I hope he's kicked him out already.
Yeah, this was this kid's way of like getting back at dad for telling him no to something.
Yeah.
And now he's like, I'm gonna have the house. Ha ha ha. Now he's like, oh shit, I'm gonna have to move. Get a job.
He's very upset that his mom and sisters went to pick up his dad.
Because they love him.
Like, you're a fucking douchebag, man. Without any threats, because apparently his dad, he testified in court that his dad said that he was a traitor and traitors get shot. His dad didn't shoot him.
Yeah.
Right. And this dude has the nerve to still live in his parents' house after doing that shit.
Your balls clank, kid. Like that's some serious stupidity right there. Like, he should be packing his shit while his rest of his family is getting dad.
As Cybertaz, thank you. Did Ray Epps get a preemptive pardon? I don't believe he did, no. But nothing's going to happen to him. Ridiculous. I want to point out that this guy's dad did no more than Ray Epps did.
Probably
literally no more than what Ray Epps is on fucking video doing. And his dad got 6 years, and Ray Epps got 60-minute pieces telling us what a great guy he is.
Yeah. Oh, he's such a wonderful person.
This is just more reason not to name your kid Jackson. If any of you named your kid Jackson, change it. Be nice to your children.
Taken as many precautions as I could. Recently, I've picked up a gun. I've moved.
Did you just say on national television that you got a gun because your dad's getting out of jail?
Yes. And if he kills his dad, I'm not going to be that shocked.
And I've gotten myself away from what I thought would be a dangerous situation and staying where I thought my dad could find me.
In your room?
Yeah. My dad could find me. I'm in the basement or in my room. Little bitch.
Your dad doesn't care about you anymore. I mean, as a dad, you got that side, but you've burned that bridge, you little cunt.
Little pissant. If his dad didn't disown him, I'd be like, "What? Come on, man. What's wrong with you?"
Right? I want to disown him for his dad. But I mean, just look at that kid. That kid looks like a douchebag.
Yeah.
It's because his parents named him Jackson, man.
I don't know. Maybe they looked at that kid and they're like, "Look, this baby's gonna be a disappointment. Let's name him Jackson."
Yeah, they were gonna go with Hunter, but they're like, "Nah, he looks like a bigger douchebag than that." How about Connor? No, little Jackson. That's a good one. By the way, if your name is Hunter, Connor, or Jackson, I don't care.
Yeah, I'm sorry your parents named you an occupation.
Dance it. I probably should have turned off the music.
You know what would be awesome is if that was a cake and he cut the cake suddenly and nobody knew it was a cake.
We do need to, probably already in trouble anyway, but we'll turn off the volume for the rest of it. Why does Donald Trump have a sword? Did he take it from that Marine back there?
Probably, but you know what? He's allowed to. He's the commander-in-chief. And he loves that song.
He really does.
Did you see him dancing last night with the band?
I think that is a cake, Jack.
Oh, yeah, he should cut it with that sword.
That looks like one of those things where, like, look at this amazing cake, but it's all made with Rice Krispie treats.
Oh, that's even better.
He should cut the head right off.
Dancing.
She should have worn that to the inauguration today.
Yeah.
Yep, it was. He took that sword from that poor chick.
Give me that, bitch.
He just gave it back to her at the end there.
Heck's gonna have a word with you later. I'm keeping this sword.
You can't just steal swords from the troops, Trump.
He didn't steal it. He just borrowed it. He's the commander. And if that was a cake, he should have cut it with that sword. It would have been awesome.
It looks like a cake to me.
It does, doesn't it? It'd be a delicious cake too, because they have all the colored frosting on there.
But no, he's just having a ball.
Yesterday, he was dancing with the guys singing YMCA. The Village People were on stage, and he walked out and was dancing with them.
I just love how pissed off people got at the Village People doing that.
No, dude, that thing skyrocketed up to like the top 10 on Billboard again for the first time in like 45 years.
Look, here it is. He's giving it back. Here, you can have this back. My wife says I can't play with it anymore.
Yeah, it's pretty much what happened, I think. So, all right, that was fun, Trump, but give it back.
Give it back, Donnie.
You can't keep it. We'll get you your own.
I had a moment tonight, speaking of YMCA, you know, they're at the end of the stuff going on at Capital One Arena there, when they go to the communist ball in the sky for some reason, YMCA is playing as Trump leaves and everything. It's like a Republican is leaving an inauguration event, which is technically the parade because they just had an indoor parade.
Yeah.
To a gay anthem.
Yeah. Did you?
That is amazing.
Did you see the interview with the co-writer of the song?
No.
At first, when he found out, he was a little bit annoyed, and he's like, "Oh, they're just using my song." And he's like, "Well, they paid the license fee." And he found out that the French licensing people were going to try and dispute it. And he's like, "No, just let them play it. It's fine." Then he saw that it hit on the Billboard, and he figured out that Trump's an actual fan of the song.
Yeah.
So he was like, "Yeah, I don't care at all." He's made a ton of money off of Trump using it because so many people were downloading it and listening to it that it was hitting records on like Spotify and Billboard. So it was the biggest that song has been in literally 45 years. So he's like, yeah, man, go for it. And I think that guy got them to play at this event.
That's awesome because even their statement, because the Village people released an official announcement where they said that he's not the one that they wanted to win, but they were still going to go play because got to bring the country together. And I really appreciated their statement. Hey, look, we preferred Kamala, but he won, and fuck it, we're going to go sing our song.
Yeah. How often do you get to see the Village people perform? It's a big opportunity for them to bring their music to an entire new generation, a new segment of the population that probably wouldn't have listened to them before because you would assume they're partisan hacks, but apparently they're not.
They had a resurgence in the late 80s, and then they've been silent since. They had YMCA blew up again during then. There's even a episode of Married with Children that features them.
Yeah.
And then you had Down Periscope where they did In the Navy was a song they highlighted in that movie. And then they just got quiet until Donald Trump is like, I really like the Village people, yo.
Yeah. And look, they were huge in the 70s. They were a mega band.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe this will spark some interest in them again. And it obviously made them a lot of money, or I don't think they would have done this.
I'm just going to let that play again. Let him dance as we talk.
Right. Real quick. Thank you, Evolved Potato. Just to remind people that the police were the ones that initiated the violence. They shot pepper bullets and threw flashbangs into the crowd and continued to target the non-violent parts of the crowd. We have some of the videos, the parts that weren't deleted. Yeah. I think if they hadn't been forced to release that video, the narrative would have been stuck in place. But the fact that a lot of the videos came out that showed the police were instigating and the FBI had a bunch of informants in there, the more that comes out, the more obvious it was a setup, which we warned you about at the beginning.
Can I point out something here? This is something that when you get to be my age, you'll notice. If you watch JD through this, he's got that young man thing where he's still a little bit worried about what people think about him.
Yeah.
And he's giggling at the crazy old man. Meanwhile, the crazy old man does not give a fuck.
No, he doesn't. Melania's having a good time too. Look at her.
Yeah. And JD's like, you're so silly. Don't worry, JD. 20, 30 years from now, you'll be the same. You'll be like, fuck it, give me a sword. I want to dance.
Right? And how often do you get to swing a sword around while you're singing and dancing? Usually you have to do that in privacy of your own home so the cops don't show up.
A sword you stole from a member of the military.
Right? See, Melania was dancing for and first of all, both of them have pretty hot wives.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Can we not ignore that fact? Like they're both pretty women. Real quick though, thank you, S. Cybertaz. They have to put a cork on Biden's fork so he doesn't stab himself in the eye like Steve Martin and 30 Rotten Scoundrels. Oh, great reference, by the way. Excuse me, I have to go to the bathroom.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
That's a really underrated film.
I liked half of it. It probably could have been.
But it was a funny half.
It was, yeah. All right. I think we're gonna wrap up here. Jack, you had a couple of things. Are they long? Can we get these?
No,
in?
they're all short.
All right.
Just little like non-political stuff that I think
non-political.
Yeah,
today,
the little palate cleanser because it's been a very political day.
But it's been a fun political day.
Oh, it's been a great day. Evil One sent me one of these, and the other one I found on the twits, and I wanted to share them.
All right.
Hey, babe.
Yeah.
Is your sister still gay, or is she bi, or is she straight, or what?
Wait, what are you talking about?
Well, I don't know. I've seen her with girls, and I've seen her with guys, so I don't know.
She just broke up with her girlfriend. That should give you your answer.
Yeah, she's still kind of sad about that, huh?
Well, yeah, she's devastated. Why?
Well, because the FDA just approved new medication for lesbians with depression.
Don't. Just don't.
It's called Tricox again.
Oh my God.
It's not over. He's laughing the whole time. She's gonna hit me.
Oh,
that was
well
funny.
played. That was, yes. All right, what we got on this other
Thank
one
you for
here?
sending that evil one. It's called Try Cox again.
Try Cox again.
It's like that old Bob and Tom sketch, Dick Insider.
Yes. What does that say? Fader always told me he's not scared of anything.
Fodder.
Fodder. Oh.
You want it more? You want it more?
Oh, that's fucking hilarious.
An oldie but a goodie.
Oh, shit. Oh, his face when that hand kept moving was priceless.
If he had been about 20 years younger, he would have chased her out of that room with a broom.
Oh, yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Excuse me, guys. I've had a very... I saw Polita Bunny mention, she goes, I had all this energy and then just crashed. And like, it's the emotional equivalent of a sugar crash.
Exactly.
And I've had such a good, fun day that I just crashed. So we're going to wrap up here with some good humor to end the show.
It's been such a fun day, and I saw those. I thought those will really add to the je ne sais quoi of the day.
Let me ask you something, Jack. Can we get to where we are right now? Because I'd like to say, it really does seem like nobody cares what they're saying about Trump this time. Could we get there without the last 4 years? Did we have to go through that shit to get to where we are?
I think we did. It's sort of like a hurricane. You know, Trump was the bellwether before the storm. We had to have that storm hit us so that we could pass through and recover from it. Because people didn't appreciate, I don't think, fully how reasonable of a president Trump was. He didn't get us involved in new wars. He was closing up the Iraq and Afghanistan fronts. And I don't think people really appreciated that his policies were actually not that bad. And some of them were very good for the country. But they were so caught up in the cult of personality of hatred against him that we had to have somebody incompetent and stupid like Joe Biden, Kamala Harris, to really make us appreciate what we had before.
Mofo says, yes, we did. Sometimes we have to learn the hard way. And I think you're right about that. That's just human nature in many ways. It's just weird to me how far we had to go. Because the last 4 years have been trash, just trash for our country. And look, I'm not looking for Trump to magically fix everything. The executive orders he signed tonight, Jack, many of them are going to be shot down by courts. We have years-long battles, some of which may not even be settled before he leaves, and the next president can just be like, never mind, we're not going to do that.
Yeah.
But I do think it's a return to normalcy that we really haven't seen since Barack was president. And I don't mean that Barack did anything good, but as bad as the political landscape was then, what happens in 2017 is just unbelievably stupid. And then you get to the 2020 and it's levels that even I didn't think we could reach.
It was getting pretty scary there.
It almost feels like the nation has had a collective sigh today.
Yeah. And a lot of people that hated Trump before, I don't think hate him as much as they used to. You still have your diehard haters, of course, but you kind of know what you're getting. He's not going to open gay concentration camps or any dumb shit like that.
Obama was the beginning of it. He was, but if you're being honest and you look at the difference between 2008 to 2016 and then 2016 till now, they're just not even in the same league. I blame Obama for a lot of shit, and I have in detail on this show.
Oh, yeah.
But this seems like, it almost feels like what Biden said when he gets the grown-ups are back in charge. Except for at that time, the grown-up had reverted to being a child. And the real grown-ups are back in charge. And hopefully we'll get shit done correctly this time. There's going to be a lot I disagree with Trump on, guys, because he's more liberal than I am. There's going to be things he does that I think are wrong, and I'll tell you when I do. But for the moment, I'm going to enjoy that Kamala did not become president, Jack.
Man, I will take a 90s Democrat over anything the left is offering up now.
Amen. And I'd even go further and say he's a 80s Democrat, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they were far more tolerable back then. Ladies and gentlemen, thanks for coming in and hanging out. Remember, if you want to see the Trump speech in its entirety without me talking over it and pausing it and being a jackass, I really recommend that you do, because it was a good speech. Check out the one that he did at the Capital One Center. It's a much more fun speech. I love that during that he sat down and signed executive orders. That was funny as shit. That man is the master of ceremonies, Jack.
I'm telling you, he missed his calling as a carnival barker. He could have been right up there with P.T. Barnum on showman levels. He is like 2 generations behind where his calling was. And this is the modern version of that. He is just a showman through and through.
Yep. Jack, anything you want to shill out?
I'll drop a link to a cool video. But as always, thank you guys so much for all the donations and support you give us. If you didn't see it, I was on the corner this weekend with Frosted Glass and his buddies. All our friends, Moonshock, I Love Boobs, and Terry, of course. So there's that if you want more of me. But thank you guys so much for coming out and watching us night after night and listening to us rant.
Yeah, thank you so much for the donations and just all of the support you give us. You guys are awesome. We love you. Jack, a pleasure as always, my friend.
Always glad to be here, dude.
Ladies and gentlemen, take care of yourselves. I love you. Have a good night. We'll see you next time.
Bye, everybody.
I almost sounded like a news anchor the way I closed it that time. Jesus, fuck. Now there's a bad taste in my mouth. I feel dirty. I feel like Kamala after getting a promotion. This is your song at the end of the show. Kamala lost because she's a dirty hoe.